everyone, and welcome to Prestige Encounters, the Dungeons & Dragons campaign brought to you by Lich Souls Gaming. I am your Dungeon Master, Michael, and we have an exciting session in store for you tonight. But first, we have a few announcements to get through. First and foremost, happy Pride Month, everybody. It is a great time to be here. As you know, everybody's welcome here at Lich Souls Gaming, and you can come join our Discord. But we have even better news than that. Did you know that for the entire month of June, we are doing a fundraiser for the Trevor Project? For those of you who don't know, the Trevor Project's mission is to end suicide among LGBTQ plus young people. And the way that they do this is through crisis support. You can contact their counselors, their call center, advocacy, research, and education. So when you donate to the Trevor Project, you're donating to all of those wonderful causes and the things that they do. So please, if you're able to, we have a donate button here at our Twitch channel for you to make your donation. We have a goal of $1,000 by the end of this month. But you know, every penny counts. So thank you so much to those who are donating and will be donating in the future. A lot of the music you'll be hearing tonight is brought to you by Midnight Syndicate. Midnight Syndicate is a music production group creating goth, horror, and fantasy RPG music that you can be using at your tables at home. For more information, go to midnightsyndicate.com or use the command !midnight in our Twitch chat for a clickable link. You can find their music on Spotify, watch their music videos on YouTube, or even ask your Amazon Alexa device to play Midnight Syndicate right now. You may notice that we have some wonderful character portraits. All of these portraits were made by our very own Jeremiah, who is Aspen here in our campaign. You can join our Discord. Use the command !Discord in our Twitch chat for a clickable link, which is lichsouls.com/discord, to come join and message him to, commission him to make your own character art for your campaign. So, yay. Real exciting time there. Good job, Jeremiah. And guess what, everybody? We are starting to get more and more of our character art in and completed for campaign 3. Which will be starting at late this summer. Super excited for that. So sorry, I dropped my pen. It's a really important pen.
Hey, would you like this one?
It's gone now. No. I mean, that's good. I found it. Anyway, so if you're excited about campaign 3 and you want to have a little information and teasers and we're ready to release those, by all means, make sure you're in our Discord. Notice how that's a reoccurring theme. If you want to be involved in something, you know what you should do? Join our Discord, etc. So real exciting time there. Am I forgetting anything? You may notice that Dakota and Quentin are not with us this session. They're still alive. That was a little bit ominous how I worded that. But
yeah, it's not like they're no longer with us. They're just currently not with us.
They're just currently not present in today's session.
They may
will
return.
be here later on, but Dakota is out for the week. So there's that.
So thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
Another really important announcement, June 22nd and July 3rd, there will be no session of Prestige Encounters. I am hoping to get a one-shot set up for that. And thank you so much for your donation, Yi, for $25 to the Trevor Project. Really appreciate you. But no session on June 26th and July 3rd for Prestige Encounters. So if you want to be part of one of the potential one-shots for those weeks, please join our Discord for more information. Is that it? Do we have any other announcements to get through?
I think that's it, mate.
Crikey.
All right, everyone. Well, in that case, grab your drinks, grab your snacks as we welcome you to our table and we begin the latest session of Prestige Encounters. And here to tell us what happened last week in their very own words is none other than Casimir, played by Guy. Take it away.
It becomes harder and harder to fathom the scope of the experiences we have been through now. Shifting through demiplanes of death, fear, and in a pocket of dreams. Pure possibility that allowed us to glimpse Astra again. Then a taste of near infinite possibilities. Back to the moment. Our challenge overcome, we emerged to a surprised Astral Court. What was minutes for us was 3 weeks for them. The Archmage Kethafion seemed to have assured the Queen that we would die in this challenge. I'd begun to have creeping suspicions of the man, and I was validated as he rushed for us to face the Dreadnought immediately. He claimed he was struggling to hold the barrier that held it in place. Tora insightfully saw through this ruse. He convinced the Queen that we needed time that she granted us, 2 hours to prepare. Before we departed, the Archmage offered us another sweet gift, much as he gave us in the tower. I refused. With my growing suspicions, I did not want to take untested offerings. I was unfortunately validated, as it appears these gifts were poisoned. Nonetheless, ready, we marched in astral form off to face the Dreadnought. Our arena, a series of islands hanging over an abyss, falling into eternity. We were immediately beset by the form of the Astral Dreadnought, massive, a wonder and horror all wrapped into one. Its gaze stripped us of most of our advantages, magic gone. We quickly divided, shifting across the floating islands, using our skills to split its attention and its gaze. I focused my attention on the Blessed Seed. I knew this was our true objective, with some support from Galder, while the Seekers, the remainder of the party, fought the beast. It struck grave runes with every blow, massive teeth, huge claws. But we struck just as hard in turn. The tables turned as we blinded it. Brilliant action on the part of my allies, lifting the anti-magic field. We neared our true goal. The beast was almost dead, and I thought, doubt of the Archmage's assertion that we could kill this creature safely. I called out, but my words fell on deaf ears as Ukifli dealt a glorious killing blow. I still fear there will be consequences from this decision. The seed in hand, we heard a desperate plea from the Astral Court. Galder and I pulled the seed together, and we pulled ourselves back to our corporeal bodies. There we awakened to death and flames. A demonic army razing the Astral Court. Another city in flames under our watch. Moments later, we came across the body of the Queen under the boot of Atagora. There, Kethafion admitting he betrayed his people. He betrayed us, and he was killed by his master for failing to kill us. There, in that last moment, poised to destroy us, Atagora was stopped by Aronodeus. He begged to be allowed to do the final blow. He disappeared in a burst of flames. There, in this moment of final betrayal, he fired a simple firebolt at Aspen. This broke the contract. He was doomed to death. And instead of fighting on, he fell to his knees and begged us to finish him. I thrust his own sword into his heart. He earned a quick death. With his dying breath, he gifted the last of his light to his sister, Queen Solaria, restoring her to life. Rising with fury at the fall of her court, the Queen ushered us on with a gift of an empowering tonic. As we rushed to our ship, the sky burst with radiant light, the demonic army destroyed. Now we stand upon our ship, destination set to Aspen and Astra's dead homeland. destined, we hope, to save his people.
Thank you so much, Heat. So, your ship, piloted by the faithful turtle friend that you all have, is currently sailing through the Astral Sea in the direction of Aspen's home. At the moment, things are calm. You're still exhausted from the experience that you just had. But at the moment, what would you like to do?
The orders have been laid in, and the ship is running as it should be. I suppose Zol is patrolling the decks, making sure that everything's locked down, there's no stray demons. Sniffing for trouble, too. Otherwise, I'll yield to Geet.
Casimir approaches Aspen, who I assume looks looking grim.
Aspen's standing or sitting at the front of the ship. Seems to be meditating.
Aspen,
Yes, Casimir.
how are you?
I am focused.
This is the moment that we've been waiting for some time. Honestly, half of the reason I stayed with you was that I felt indebted to save your people when you both fell.
I'm truly grateful for that, Casimir. I will say this will be the end of my journey in one way or another.
I
Either
wish Astra could be here to see you.
Astra will be back to see our home in lush life, not in whatever stony hell it's been made to.
This is grim. But when this weight is lifted, when this force that's been driving you forward is gone, how will you keep fighting?
My decisions, my quick, not thought through, rash decisions I've made in pursuit for revenge or completion of my goal have created more problems than their own. Once I save my family, I have things to work on still.
Yes. But will you still be able to go home if we defeat Atagora, the Coven? You're not the man you were.
I may not be, but I'm sure maybe to some extent my family will understand. At least my mother and father. I'm not sure my young siblings will be able to see me the same.
Then you'll have to show them that behind all of this change, that the boy that they knew is still in there.
Not so sure he is.
I think that you lie to yourself. I am shaped by decades of misdeeds and bitterness. And all it took to break through that veneer was people suffering and struggling that were worthy of bringing out the good man that I'd covered.
I don't think I'm covering who I once was. I just believe that at my very essence, I've gone through a metamorphosis.
Metamorphosis, change, may shape how you think of yourself, but you are still who you were in some part.
Who I was a boy misguided by guilt and anger.
Who you were before that, though. Curious, insightful, reckless.
I've probably become more reckless as this journey's gone.
Give yourself an opportunity to be loved by those who still love you. But first, we have to save them.
Of course.
Casimir passes Aspen a woolen cap with holes for horns. In case you ever find yourself being cold. It helped me in moments when Astra gave it to me. The pink knitted cap that Astra gave that Casimir.
Thank you for this. Aspen kind of just lays it in front of him.
It's at this moment when there is a sudden pulse of energy that makes the entire ship shake for just a moment. You lose your footing, but don't fall over as you stumble for just a brief moment as this massive rift in the middle of the starboard, off the starboard side in the middle of the Astral Sea opens up. Flames begin to crackle out of it as you get a glimpse of a barren red wasteland in fire in a ashen sky as this black iron ship begins to float out from this rift.
Can I try figure out where this portal is leading to? Or this rift, sorry.
Make an Arcana check.
Okie dokie.
Get ready for naval combat.
That is a 21.
21. As you look in, you many elements from what you're seeing here. A history check might have been better, but it's fine. Appeared to resemble what you know to be magics from the infernal realms. Everything from the magic powering this, it resembles a lot of the magic that powers the spells that you've seen Mordecai use. Gonna make a perception check as well.
Okie dokie. Perception. That'll be a 17.
17. As you look off in the distance, you can see that there are a number of daemons walking on the ship, working. There are these almost in a very Nordic style, these massive oars that are coming out from the sides of the ship that are like rowing through the space, as much sense as that might make, along with these various gruesome and quite frightening looking individuals upon the deck. But you do look at the tip of the ship and there is one that is holding a singed but visible white flag.
Well, they might be surrendering, but I'm not too sure.
Seriously? Where?
There, just right there on the tip. You can see it, I believe.
Oh, come on. Only because he waves underwear.
I don't know. They might be being deceptive.
Don't judge a creature with horns by its horns.
Hmm.
Judge it by its underwear.
No, I was judging it by the place they're coming from.
Places are places.
You're gonna judge someone just by their background?
Yeah.
Duh.
Jeez.
You need to judge people from their background.
So as
I mean,
the ship is slowly approaching yours, how do you respond?
Are they? Is it angling any cannons towards us or just approaching us?
It is approaching. You don't see any. Make a perception check, actually, for you.
Mm,
This is a sight-based one, if that matters.
what is?
Not for
Do
me.
we got any means of contacting it?
19.
There does not appear to be any weapons being readied on the ship.
I would say hold our fire. They mean to come in peace.
I say get them ready anyway, just in case.
I would so sleep.
Be aware. Signs of aggression may also waive whatever truce they're willing to offer.
Okay, but do we got means of contacting?
No.
I'll just
Magic.
look around, look for the other captain. Go like, hey, you got some megaphone something? Loud shouting stuff?
What's the distance from the ship, by the way?
It's about 300 feet.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I can communicate once we get to about 120 feet away.
Flags.
Can I? Mordecai will cast Thaumaturgy and shout, "Hey, you there! Do you come in peace?" As his voice booms through the open abyss.
Well,
Does
subtle.
anybody here speak Abyssal?
Galder does.
So there is a loud, like, guttural, screeching, very deep throat sound that happens, and Galder will look at you as they said yes.
Galder says yes. They said yes, then we trust it. Galder will call back out to them using thaumaturgy as well, I assume. Could communicate back as he can do the same thing that Mordecai did.
Yeah, I cast the spells.
Yes.
All right.
Base.
So the ship will continue to approach, and it is much more larger than yours. This is like a Spanish galleon to a small fishing boat as the size comparison here. As it pulls up next to yours, you see that has well over 50 cannons or other like magical weapons aboard. A figure comes to the edge of the ship and peers down at all of you. Oh, hello!
Hello?
Hi.
Wearing a top hat with a very nice red and white pinstripe suit, very thin white pinstripes coming down. They have this like fur coming up to their body that's a dark violet color almost, with these glowing red eyes and a monocle that is over their left eye. And they're also holding a cane with a jewel at its tip. The jewel seems to be some sort of orangish red, but also appears to be magical in some form. Pardon for the intrusion at this moment in time, but I noticed that you were all here near where I could intercept, and I was wondering if I might have a little chat.
What's your name?
Who's that guy?
I'm sorry, but was that a yes to permission to come and talk to you?
Not yet. What's your name? Why do you need to talk to us?
He's gonna step back. And you just hear, Luceren! They don't know who I am! Was my procession not enough? Did I not put the effort needed in order to make myself known? He peers back over the edge. Hi again. So sorry that you did not get the message, but my name is Oriona.
Good to meet you, Oriona.
Do we recognize that name? Like he's
history
supposed
check.
to. History check, yes.
Okay, coming up.
For all of us?
Anybody can make it.
I'm gonna
Natural 1 for me.
Yeah.
I'm
Starting off
gonna
early.
I'm gonna give myself guidance on this.
Oh, I think Tora's got it. Tora's got a 19. Otherwise,
19,
Budak
baby.
and Zol have 15.
Tora, immediately recognizing where the ship is from, you do get the idea that this is, in fact, one of the Infernal Lords. In fact, he is the Infernal Lord of Pride.
Oh, he's here for Pride Month.
Just Pride as in the sin of Pride, the one
Right,
movie.
right.
I just now.
I had to say,
I intended you guys to meet this guy like 3 weeks ago, but you know.
the Plate of Pride sounds really fun. We should just spend the rest of the campaign there,
Anyway,
Michael,
yeah.
or the next month.
what is that his true name?
That you would know just off the top of your head that any infernal being would not give their true name, as it gives you a very large hold over them. But that is the name that they're known by.
Okay.
There is a slight shimmer in his form, and you hear behind all of you. So, as I was saying, as he's now sitting on the deck of your ship, and at this point he's now wearing this massive like black fur coat with a white collar, and the inside is like this red velvet that comes down past his legs. I heard through a little bird that just so happened to be very foul-mouthed in my realm that you all were on a mission to take care of someone I may know.
That might be true. Who is your tailor?
Oh, you like this?
Oh my god, this is incredible.
Oh,
I
thank you.
love
I find it quite lovely.
I usually go for flashy colors,
Oh,
but
yes, I
oh
can
my
see that.
god, the black with the fur, so stylish. Oh fuck.
Yes, it took many small little chinchilla-sized creatures to make this one coat. It's quite lovely, isn't it? I grew them myself.
With your
so I
size,
thought that-
I would guess about 101. Totally fits.
I raised them myself. They saw me as their father. Spoke with them daily using, animal communication, and then I decided that I wanted them all into a fur coat. It's quite
Did it
sentimental to me.
Did it take
Well-
101 of them to make that coat?
A little bit more, but that was a very good guess. I must admit.
Well, now you have them with you every single day.
He
No
will
loss.
start the sitting motion, and right before his rear comes to the 90-degree angle, a chair will appear underneath him, just like with this black smoke, and a table, and there will be a total of 8 other chairs. So I much prefer to have discussions over fine drinks. It's something that I am quite fond of.
Oh,
A tea kettle will also show up
I
with the black
agree.
smoke.
Get food and drinks.
Well, come take a seat. Who is this friend you want to take care of?
Oh, I thought the context clues would help you define the word. Beldanea.
So I thought.
We have many we are taking care of, but
Mm.
she is on our list.
You see, her realm and mine have been a long-standing rivalry. You know, all that rot and decay and disease is so out of fashion.
It's generally a problematic.
I'm so sorry. Luceren, Lucy, come here, please. And a small little imp that has like this dark gray skin with like this purple undertone will just spawn next to him, kind of floating, flying next to him, his little wings flapping. Take notes, take minutes for this meeting, please. I appreciate it. Oh, you're so lovely. A little quill and scroll of parchment will just spawn and he'll start writing. This is my assistant, Luceren, but you can call him Lucy.
So, what are you asking of us?
Oh, it's rather not asking, but telling in a way, to succeed. And I was wondering what you plan on doing to not contract the mycelium-based fungus while you're there.
I'm immune.
Yes, but are the 7 of your very lovely friends immune?
No.
I suppose mycelium doesn't care if you're dead, huh?
No, there's still life.
Hmm.
In one way or another within you, energy you can feed off of, and once that energy is gone, you'd be a very
Dust.
dull statue.
Oh,
What is your deal?
I could offer you some sort of protection, perhaps.
Yeah. And then we finish Beldania and end of deal.
No.
there's always got to be more.
Then we don't finish Beldania.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
then she wins. But you know, it's all up to you.
Up to you.
So, do you want us to stop her or not?
I do, but it can't be that easy.
And honestly, I mean, he has a reputation to maintain. He can't be shown to be giving away favors.
You have to admit that is quite insightful of you to catch that. I do have I am supposed to be a terrifying demonic lord of my infernal demiplane, right? I can't just give you things all willy-nilly. Then who would
Then what
Fear
would you
me.
like?
I see that many of you have already given your souls to one or another in one way or another.
I don't even technically have one anymore.
What do you
is
mean?
there
I
that
still
you
got my
can
soul.
offer? You do.
I should have
He'll
most of
point to
mine.
Casimir. That one doesn't really. That one is half gone. He'll point to Mordecai. That one sold his servitude for 1,000 years. That one sold his servitude to another for
Now look
several
at Torah.
decades. But I'm not honestly in the mood for your souls or whatever. But there is something. I was hoping that this won't hurt her in any way. But I was hoping that you could deliver this for me. And a small box about yay big will show up in the middle of the table. It has this black ebony like sheen to it, and it slowly opens up to reveal a crown that is made of this rose gold with these fire rubies set into it. The queen that you're so close to.
Which one?
He's referring to
I know.
Athelrin.
I'm being sassy.
I had it specially made for her. Like I said, it will not hurt her anyway.
This
And
Then
Then
what will it do?
It is a gift.
Can I sense any magic coming off it?
Are you using anything to
Nope,
detect
I'm
magic or
just
anything?
looking at it really well.
I mean, it's divine and it's divine in its nature. It may not give off natural.
Casimir,
Hmm?
could you see what it does?
Well,
Aren't-
it depends if that's part of the deal.
I assure you, there's nothing that is abnormal about such things.
So you wouldn't mind if he examined it quickly?
I mean, I am on quite a time crunch, but you're more than welcome to after I part.
What would happen if one of us put this on? Just to test if it's fashionable, because I can see Budak staring at it, and he is delighted by the fashion.
I already took my helmet off. I'm like,
Yeah.
You're adorable, quite proud, aren't you?
duh.
Hmm.
He probably may spend his afterlife in your room.
Perhaps if it's his downfall.
Nah. If I can spend the rest of my life with astral elves, I will probably not have that problem.
But
You know,
I mean,
it's quite interesting that you choose to go up against this Adagora.
is it?
It's a very
The fake-
complicated family history.
What do you suggest? Leave it alone and just bail? That's not really in my nature.
True. Perhaps not. But
This is not so much about getting ourselves tangled up in it. Me and my people would have been perfectly fine with staying isolated to our realm, but things happened the way they did.
Okay, but just to get this short, we bring this to Queen, most of group knows pretty well, and you will help us out to survive kind of disease.
Protect us from infection from the mycelial spores.
to the best of my ability.
You say we can't exactly afford to fail.
Well, it's easy
Mm.
enough that we're going that way anyway.
And you wouldn't mind us telling her it's from you either, right? Once we give it to her, she can do with it what she pleases.
Yes. Lucy, are you getting
Oh.
all this? And the
Calder's-
lamp just goes.
Galda's gonna do kind of get a vibe check on him, see if there's some hidden motivations here.
Make an insight check.
Yeah, that's a
He's-
natural one.
Okay. He will stand up, and as he does so, his fur coat will turn into a lovely
My second roll.
tailed coat with a nice what is it called when they have like the little cloths here that are like frilled? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Frills.
It frills. And it, you know, another like classic 1910s gentleman's top hat in a way. So the choice is yours.
I would
Are there any
never have
other-
thought. No, go ahead.
No, you
first.
go for it. Go for it. Okay. Are there any other parts of this deal, or is it just the crown?
Well, I mean, there's that. The crown delivery to Rabbi Athelred. And then you get protection from the petrifying effects of the disease.
How does this protection work?
That was my question as well.
Nope. That's
You
about
don't want
it.
to- You don't know any like side deals if Toro wants anything, or I mean, he's still got a soul, so
I mean, how does the protection work exactly?
Well, that's where it gets a little bit complicated. Until the end of your presence in this realm that you'll go into, there's a little bit of life essence that has to be siphoned from you regularly. It powers the spell, you see.
Oh,
How much is a little bit?
So the way he explains it, in terms of game mechanics, basically every day that you spend in the wildlands before the blessed seed is planted at the base of the great tree, you will lose 10% of your maximum HP, which will then, once the quest is complete, be returned to you.
so you
Do
need to be quick.
Do we have any idea how long the journey will be to the base?
That is purely where the rift that the Beholder Trader found takes you.
So we're
So
not
they will-
expecting it to be multiple days. We're expecting it to be relatively quick if we push.
Well, we'd hope. But also, we don't know
if
what's
you
really
don't
in
want
there.
to deliver this crown, you could always find an alternative way to avoid a very contagious disease, but I don't think you have very many options.
Mm.
Of course, this protection would only apply to the rest of the group, excluding me.
I mean, you don't need it. Perhaps you should just go in alone. That would be very noble of you. Quite noble and Brad, don't you think?
It would be dumb and ballsy.
Okay, what do you think? We can do this?
I think we don't have a choice.
On that note, I do have divine health, so do I actually need this?
You absolutely do. I've
this-
seen people who put their faith in the divine, just like you, get turned to stone.
So I will
This is
say that
That's why I'm asking. That was more of a mechanic question.
yeah,
Sorry.
so I will say that this spell has been declared to. What just happened? Oh, 1 second.
Nice.
I'm the DM now. It's me.
Oh
I'm in
my
charge.
There we go.
god!
Oh my
Anyway,
god!
Roll
Michael's
initiative.
Anyway, this disease has not been able to be cured by. It's called a disease, but it's not really a disease. It's Beldinea. I'll say herself, their self, because it's more like a multi-cellular entity, and infecting and feeding off of people's energy to the point where
Like
once they become a
Giant
husk, they-
curse.
Right. So it's best classified as a disease, but much like you know, a shot of penicillin is not going to help you with a fungal disease. You don't have a whole lot of those. So, like things like greater restoration, that sort of thing, does not work against this.
So, I mean, unless anyone has any better ideas, like, you know, I mean, Aspen, you could infect us with your specific variant? Turn us all into...
You've seen what happens when I infect people with my variant.
Yes, it rips them apart inside. So,
And then brings them back as thralls. I don't use that very often, though.
yes, then it was more meant to be that was the answer I was expecting.
And to imagine people as strong as you going in there and allowing yourselves to feed her.
She did imply that she would only become stronger. This is obviously partially what she implied, right?
But, you know, I do want you to defeat the code because I do have personal stakes in this as well. So,
I've said it before, but we don't have any other way forward. I think.
how about this? I will leave this, and he pushes the box further towards Mordecai. And I will leave this, which is a single black pearl.
I believe
Mordecai's
we're about to be in agreement, no?
Break the pearl. Only one of you has to. And all of you, except for Aspen, will receive my assistance, whether you want it or not. You don't have to be willing. I could just do this. No, I just am giving you the courtesy. After all, I could just turn you to... cranium rats with a wave of my hand quite easily.
One question, because it comes to mind. When the land is purified by the blessed seed, this effect will cease?
I guess.
Just because...
It might take a couple days to recover.
I was more curious that should any of us choose to visit Aspen's land in the future, this won't continue to take effect. You know, let's say in 5 years, it's a temporary effect.
I did say once the land is purified, the spell will no longer be needed, and it did. Like I said, the life essence is not for my benefit, it just powers the spell.
Just to say, just clearing up some fine prints, that's all.
Mordecai's gonna pick up and pocket the pearl.
Casimir takes the box with the crown.
Now, there is one teeny tiny last thing I must include here. If you do not deliver the crown, there will be consequences. And your lives will be forfeit to me.
What if the queen dies before we get it to her?
I recommend that you find a way to resurrect her. So,
Good enough.
I'll sweeten the deal. Instead of all of your lives will be forfeit to me, just one. But you have to choose now who that would be. And that person must be a volunteer.
I'll do it.
Lovely. He'll reach his hand out to shake yours, Tora. A curl of black smoke will curl down his forearm and then around yours and then tighten and burn into your skin.
Oh.
Leaving
Sick
a
tattoo, man.
wonderful spiral of demonic runes on your arm.
It's super
That's just-
looking.
It is super cool looking. I look cool though.
I know, I have such great taste.
Yeah, you do, man. Thanks.
Yes.
Bye now.
Yeah.
Ta-ta.
By the way, just side question. Where does one get a ship like that?
Oh, that you could never afford it.
We'll see.
You see, my realm is built using the very lives that the proud have built, that allowed them to be blind to the good life around them. Much like how, you know, we have so many other entities that take the souls of sinners. Pride is mine to claim.
Yes, we've met. Well, we've been to the lair of fear. Interesting. Suppose we have a deal then?
All I need is one of you to shatter the pearl, and the decision's yours. The table and the chairs will disappear out from under you. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw just for funsies.
Fun. Okay.
You need a 10 to succeed. If you fail, you fall on the deck of your ship.
Does a 33 hit?
33 succeeds.
Okay.
Does a 6 make it?
It does not.
You're next to me.
Casimir falls, but he can catch himself with his wings.
Zol doesn't spill his tea.
Yeah.
Mordecai falls and lands on the pearl.
I love that.
Oh,
So, as this happens, he will reappear at the top of the ship wearing a full sailor's uniform. I'm talking like a sailor's uniform that like those little kids wear to be cute on their 4th birthday. Just man size.
Donald Duck.
What do you mean? We stopped wearing them?
And so, there you have it. It was divine meeting all of you. I can see why Destiny likes you so much.
It was interesting.
I would never thought in a million years I'd do a deal with the devil.
It's not the
Not
devil.
a devil, the devil.
Yeah.
But that's what I
Anyway.
said.
He'll clap his hands. Let's get a move on. And fireworks will shoot off from the ship. They'll start to go forward once again. There's another pulse of energy as the rift opens and the ship, before you know it, disappears beyond and the rift closes.
He's evil, but he does have style.
Oh, isn't evil just a point of view?
I don't mean to be rude, but he kind of left me behind.
Oh,
You're mine now. I claim you.
I mean,
We do-
Luceren is just kind of fluttering there.
is it a bad thing, Sarah? I mean,
No, I just... Do one of you have access to the banishment spell?
Yes. But-
how long?
but-
How long is the travel going to be until our destination?
But
Few
I like
days.
you.
A few days. Galder banishes him.
Aw.
He'll just
Galder,
out.
I wanted a little pet.
You don't get to keep pets of living sentient creatures.
Yes.
That's
Very
what
weird.
that's what a friend is called, Mordecai.
What,
Hmm.
what are friends?
You've definitely become twisted by that wand, my friend. You should, reconsider some of your life choices.
I'm just doing my best. I'm trying to do what's right.
Well, let's hope Sionor agrees when you bring him back.
That's what all the black guys said. Doing it for a greater good and then imploding the war. Big parts.
Also, if we could really, really get that crown to the Queen, greatly appreciated. I particularly want to be,
Hey, put down.
Forever
You want to
get
try
it
the
to this
crown
man.
on while we go?
you know,
Well, he did kind of hesitate with the explanation, so I would really, really love to, but I
No, put it on.
probably should not.
Yeah,
Put
Casimir
on.
will.
Now that Now that the ship left and the devil is gone, now I'm gonna use divine sense.
Yeah. Hey, Zul,
Because if I used it before, which is a
hey, Zul, do you want to do your special touch thing where you seem to understand the nature of a thing?
Want to give it a good
On-
smell?
On the crown?
Yeah.
Crown psychometry, maybe?
I don't know what it's called. You touch things sometimes and then you understand the nature of it.
It's like
Yeah, yeah.
your eyes like roll back and
Yeah. Sometimes you just yell red rum repeatedly and we don't understand why.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I want to use divine sense on it. Like, on a scale of 1 to really evil, how evil is it? How fiendish is the thing?
So that's what we'll start with. But yeah, I can use my power.
I can use legend lore as well if we need it.
Shall we resolve the divine sense first?
Divine
That's what it
sense,
is.
that gives you the idea if anything's infernal. I'm sorry, fiendish, celestial.
Celestial, fiendish, undead. And I
So-
know Casimir always blips up.
This isn't a
It
creature,
also
so divine sense
it-
wouldn't necessarily.
it also lets you like smell evil and hear good. Kinda.
I just posted it.
I mean, it could have been a like a divine mimic.
oh, if it's been desecrated, he'll know.
Oh yeah.
The crown does give off a foul odor.
Well, in that case, can just point at it and go like, "Well, Casimir, you are definitely on my radar. This is definitely stronger. So there's no point of view in being evil. This thing is definitely coming from evil."
Yeah, just say there's no like evil coming off of me. That's just the dead.
To take this to the Queen of Rivermore.
Your mother-in-law to no.
Deal is a deal.
Give me this. I want to touch this. So I've taken it in my hand, feel it in my fingers, focus
Feel
on
it.
it, and I
Feel it in
attempt
your
grim
soul.
psychometry. But I only get an 11.
You don't get anything from this.
Nothing. Nothing yet. Nothing clear.
I assume we like expend all their stuff. Casimir, ritual cast, identify. Probably gets nothing.
And then Tora wanted to class Legend Lore, is that right? Or was that more?
Yeah, why not? I cast legend lore and I describe this thing in front of me. If that's okay.
So this crown is was once the crown of a very powerful infernal queen. And
Mhm.
it said that when it is worn, it will restore the memories of the person who once wore it.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
I think
Restore the memories to the person that's previously worn it, or restore the memories to anyone
who
that wears it?
once wore it.
Wait. That
maybe queen we're bringing it to was once queen of him.
not well, maybe not his queen, but so the queen of the queen was an infernal queen?
That's what I just said.
The immortal ruler of the kingdom
And
of
technically, he
Rivermore.
did not lie. He said it would not harm her in any way.
So all we have to do is bring it to her. There was never any requirement that she wear it.
So we need to convince her not to.
I don't think we
Why?
When he's... I can't remember. Don't man, ignore me.
Well,
we can deal with this when we are done.
by the gods. I mean,
Me for now.
the Infernals are not much different than the gods at this point. If we give her full information of what this will do to her, does not mean that she'll become an evil queen. It just means it'll unlock what she once was. She's
Which
had
might have been evil.
It might have been evil, but she's also had thousands of years of experiences. And it might unlock power that will help. Sorry. Overthinking.
Well,
Well, so aren't you
technically
glad?
speaking,
Now we're glad that she adopted a daughters.
I mean, technically speaking, we could go there now and just come back
We have no.
using my little planar shift.
We are on a literal plane jumping ship.
That's true as well.
The plane shift was more like an emergency escape hatch.
Do we still have those cards?
Don't. Galder repeats that, I assume, as well. But it's like, bad things happen. We're not going to mess with the cards.
After delivery, you can pick one more card.
Oh, don't make...
Water.
Deal, and I'll shake his hand. I'll shake Pudak's hand.
We have...
Fucking
Listen,
Amarud appears.
Before you get your soul banished to a demiplane where you have to save you, we have to use your Infernal Focus to weaken the two towers in fair style to save the Kingdom of Rivermore from the siege. So keep your stupid for after that.
Fine. Mordecai will sulk away, as if being told off by his mother.
More like father, but...
Nah, he sees Casimir as like a motherly figure in his life.
Oh god. Casimir has mother energy.
Look, let's face it, you're the Paul McCartney here.
Yeah.
Okay, now that guy is gone, we done with tears. Should we now go traveling too?
I'm assuming we already are traveling.
That's good.
We are already traveling. Have no fear.
I mean, he's such a smooth pilot that you don't even notice when we're in motion.
How
That is
long
perfect.
until we get there?
A few days.
If anything
I
comes up,
disagree. I think we're gonna be there in just a few hours, but I'm
Well,
a
it's-
naval navigator, not an astral.
Also,
Would anyone be upset if I attempted to banish him?
I think
Yes.
that would be very rude. After all,
Yes,
this is
that
my
would be
place of
upset.
origin. It is
yeah,
not my fault you decided to build part of your ship with a old relic of mine that my soul just happened to be bound to.
because we've literally tried to banish a creature from its native space, and his native space is where he's inhabiting. I mean, it would be kind. I mean, if we banished him, it would to send him back to the prime material, so he's not bound to this
He'll go
mass.
up right next to Mordecai. You hear that? I'm here forever with you, Mordecai.
Mordecai will shiver as like a tear rolls down his face. Just pure panic and fright.
I want to wander off and go there where we put the dragon's egg and just start talking to it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell him about all the adventures we're gonna have together.
You really want this to be your mount?
I don't blame him. I mean, like, think about it.
I just love that idea, Taurus. It was too good.
You're gonna have to change your class,
I do not care.
Drake Warden.
Mm-mm.
Aspen will pull Zokifli aside. I'd like to train on our way there. I know it's usually not my usual activity. I'm usually meditating, but I want to get a better grasp on your technique.
You want to know how I fight? I can show
Not
you.
necessarily in the combat strategy sense.
Oh, you want to learn blood magic?
Maybe the basics.
I can do this. Come, sit. I show you. So, first, when something has blood, it has a heartbeat, and you can hear it, feel it with your own heart. And if you reach out, you can stop it or slow. First, you must listen. And we'll sit together, and for a little while, I'll show him what to look for, what to feel out, what to reach out for with his own body. I'll demonstrate as well, sacrificing a little bit of health for an intended outcome, manipulating of the blood.
In response, Aspen will take his sickle, carve a slice into his arm, and attempt to mimic the same thing.
While that's ongoing, Mordecai will walk over to Casimir. I know. Not what I'm asking about.
Oh.
I
You
know
already
we
had
do
that in hand.
we do magics differently,
Yeah.
but I see you cast yours from a book.
Sometimes. Some of my spells are ingrained in my memories. Those are the ones that I learned from my martial training. But many of my books I learned from a spell book, yes. Much as Galder draws his magic from different origins.
Because for me, I just do it instinctually, but
Yes. You're
I've been
lazy.
I've been wondering if I could figure out how to write them down, especially with it all these different kinds of magics I now have coursing through me.
Well,
It's getting confusing. I need to sort them.
so you're basically trying to figure out a way to sort out your spells, because I say learning to be a wizard requires a great deal of background education, because unlike other forms, warlocks, sorcerers, clerics, there are specific requirements for how we cast a spell. And for you, it kind of comes naturally. You're like the gifted, talented magic type, and we're the academic tryhards.
Yeah, I know.
I would say
better.
us bards are the gifted, actually.
Oh,
We have to play whole songs.
You're just
You
pure
guys.
charisma. Let's be honest.
Which is
I
great.
don't even know if yours is magic as much as you just like
it's
convince the person it's
wonderful.
happening to them.
Oh no, there's
Wonderful, lovely magic.
You can definitely detect the magical aura coming off of Tori. He's very powerful, much as you are. As much as I joke about sorcerers being lazy.
I just mean, I think you're just upset that we're so much more powerful than you could ever dream of.
Yes, that is true.
I don't think you understand that all magic is potentially a path to the same end. You just come at it differently. You are fueled by different sources of magic. But, a wizard still has to tap into the same magical energies inherent in the world. We just do it differently. It's also endless possibility, which is one of the benefits of being a wizard. It's so long as you have the time and the resources, you can expand your repertoire to as many spells as you can fit in your spell books. And every day you can change within that infinite possibility.
See, but I can't change. I may have more brute force, but this seems to be my issue, is that I can't.
I'm just bad sometimes. It's nothing to do with being a wizard. I just I spent a little too much time focusing in one way, and so I get a little muddled with the natural focused learning and the book learning. So yeah. Yes, I know my fireballs seem a little bit smaller than your balls, but they're still big enough.
Well, the bigger the ball, the better.
Not
Size
necessarily.
is the most important factor after
The
all.
hotter the ball, the better.
I mean, area of effect is.
I mean, area of effect is important.
Could I? Could I see your spell book just to see what it would be like?
Very personal.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was open because you share it with Galder all the time.
Well, Galder and I touch spell books.
Hmm.
It's kind of a personal bond to us. It's wizard to wizard. You
do it in like a private room, only
if
you two.
If you have a spell book of your own, I can sit down with you and we can discuss.
Mordecai's gonna pull out a little notebook from his back pocket with like tattered pages and be like, "This counts."
The wrong kind of paper. You need a certain quality of paper and ink for magical potential.
But
Nerd.
Mordecai will open it and flip through it, and you'll see scribbled pages of what Mordecai deems magical. They're drawings of explosions that he's seen in battle from his spells. I've tried.
It's interesting.
So I just wanted to compare notes to see if I'm on the right track.
And you want my spell book to do that?
I don't have many magical materials to compare it to.
Well, I can walk you through it. I mean, Casimir will open up his spell book, and technically, a lot of it looks like gibberish.
See, yours is gibberish, mine is gibberish. It's the same.
It's partially written in Infernal, but the core concepts of magical techniques for a wizard are mostly the same, but how a wizard approaches those magical effects is a little different for each man, or woman, or them.
Gotta be inclusive, Casimir. Come on.
Oh, let's say there are multitudes of entities, some of which are not gendered in this world. So, but seeing my spellbook does not give you the ability to use it, especially if you don't have the technical skills to grasp the core concepts.
Maybe
which I can teach you.
We could study together?
Oh. We could have a 3-person study.
I'd love a 3-way.
God damn it. I hate you so much right now.
It'll be you, me, and Galder touching spellbooks?
We have to get you a proper spellbook if you're gonna call that a... it's like has to be like high quality vellum and just luscious, rich inks, just high quality. You feel special when you're inscribing a new spell into your book. And yours is special.
Mordecai will twitch and almost lurch forward. Oh, sorry. I'm not sure what happened there. I think I'm so eager to learn these magics from you. I really look forward to touching pages.
Are you okay?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be? Mordecai will put away his tattered spellbook and just once we get a nicer book for me, I look forward to it.
Yes. Maybe leave your wand behind when you do.
When we study?
Well, infernal things hunger. My sword hungers for blood. I suspect your wand hungers for something different.
I don't know what it hungers for. I guess I'll have to figure that out.
Well, that might be an opportunity for alternate study.
I look forward to these classes with you.
Mm-hmm.
Mordecai will turn away.
Already. Casimir goes off to room with Galder.
Without me?
It's so close. So close.
No, I'm gonna stop talking about it. It's bad. I feel so bad. You literally broke me there.
Mordecai will just go to his room and polish his wand again.
Not okay.
It's not taking long. You're gonna shrink, lose all your hair.
So anyway, Tora, as I was telling you, this was the time that I faced an entire army of mermaids. There were so many
Yeah.
out in the sea that you could see their scales glimmering in the sunlight just as it sat beyond the horizon. With nothing but my wits and the stars' light to guide me, we pushed them back into the depths of the ocean from whence they came.
You're amazing.
Did I
I
ever
think
tell
you're
you
like.
that all I had to fight them back with was a single cannon, a hook hand that later got replaced with my regular hand, and a rope about 10 feet in length?
So you had a hook hand and now you have a regular hand instead?
Well, I met a cleric.
You didn't want the cool hook hand though?
No, it was really hard to wipe my arse.
I see. That's
I used the wrong
yeah, that
hand
would-
far too many times. More cleric presence.
I could see how that would be a problem. Definitely stick with the regular hand. But tell me more, please.
I feel like you're judging me.
No? I would never. Ever.
Well, there was a time that we landed on this island and led an expedition to the swamps. And, you know, the water looked quite bubbly, and I thought it would be some sort of nice, bubbly, hot spring bath.
I
It
can
turns
see
out
that.
there's indeed a ancient black sleeping dragon deep beneath the surfaces of the waters, and it was its snoring that made the bubbles come up to the surface.
Holy moly.
Right. Well, anyway, he was a
Did
really
you-
good friend. I offered him
Oh.
the life of a few of my crew members, and he let me go.
Sounds like you sacrificed your own crew there to
A captain goes down with a ship, not with his crew.
Very true. Very true.
I received a gold medal for that.
From who?
The dragon,
Yourself?
of course.
Oh.
He lifts up the lapel of his jacket, and it's just like a single, what you recognize to be, even though it's this ghostly form, it's fake gold.
It's not
It's very
a gold coin.
very nice and pretty. Keep it away from Pudak, he'll love that. Very shiny.
Well, he can't take it off me because this is not my real body. But it's
He'll
fine.
find a way. He'll find a way. He's very strong.
Indeed. So, and this will go on for several hours.
Tolra will be there the entire time.
Is there anything that anybody else would like to do before they take their long rest for this first day of travel? Or over the next several days of travel?
I suppose Aspen and I will be involved in like working on his new blood magic. Kind of meet together and do a lot of those training sessions.
Yes, sir. Espen will pick up pretty fast in making kind of his own version of what you do.
Okay. Anything else?
At some point, I would like to go to Aspen and go like, so just to make sure that we definitely need the Breaking Pearl stuff. What again happens if your stuff, your version of Plague touches me? Because
My
I do
version?
feel there. Yeah, could we like do a trial run before we actually encounter whatever we will encounter?
My version of the disease is what I use all the time. It's what I use to kill.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Like, shoot. Let's see if it sticks.
Okay. Are you sure?
We already did the Evil Devil. I get that point. But if I don't need it, I'd be a little bit more happy. I'd rather risk now with you some of my possible health to definitely health sucking up from weird spell I do not have control over.
Okay, I'm telling you it won't protect you.
I have encountered pain, so maybe even if it does not work, what I do feel will work, my resilience is quite big, then I'd at least know what kind of pain to expect. Hardens me mentally.
Okay.
Get your back.
Aspen
ready.
will he'll just cast Chill Touch on Budak.
Roll to hit.
Yep.
No, I'm not dodging and I'm not resisting.
Roll for
We're
damage.
Okay.
the whole point is to test it out.
Just a skeletal hand reaches out towards you and deals 12 necrotic damage to you.
Ow.
Yes.
Okay, it's
I-
sticking and it's not going away. Yeah.
The hand holds onto your like neck for a second and then it like dissipates.
Like around his throat?
Yeah, for like about 6 seconds. Like it's pulling the life from him.
Hmm.
But Espen looks at you, kind of concerned face. This isn't really how the disease works. What the disease did to me was give me access to more potent magic and a way to augment myself. I cannot extend that to anybody else. The most I can do is take control over them after they've already fallen or hurt them more severely. What?
So I misinterpret what Casimir said, that you could probably give disease.
Well, he asked if I could, and I explained that it wouldn't work.
See, but that's a difference. Saying it wouldn't work means there's at least a possibility because you sound unsure. But now you're saying, no, you cannot really give it. That's why it wouldn't work. That's a different kind of thing. I know,
I
it's
suppose
very
so.
specific. But in a group this size, with all kinds of cultures and different races, I'd say a little bit more specific would help.
Yes. However, I will give you forewarning. The disease from Beltanea X a little bit differently. It was explained to you briefly, but the thing with fungal diseases is that when you're infected, you won't immediately know. And by the time that you see physical signs, it's too late. You'll feel sluggish and weak for a while. And then you will start to develop stony bumps on your skin, which will eventually spread as your body seizes up, and you will become a statue.
Well, then the best solution would be to store her pretty fast.
Yes, I don't doubt she will probably make it a little bit worse on us. Or you all, I should say. That gift or exchange we had is our best bet.
And now I would go into more of a strategy, philosophical discussion. So that's part of the time we're spending on what we can do against. So joining Zulkifli in regular kind of physical training and you strategizing and definitely talking 4 hours with the dragon. And you will be mine. Yes, yes, not the others one. Only listen to me. I'll be sitting there speaking in Goliath. in Giant.
Are you grooming a dragon?
Yes.
Wow,
That's
he's going a little bit.
True.
I'm training my pet, okay?
he's
How
going a little-
to train a dragon.
He's twilighting the baby right now.
Are you gonna like
No.
put your hand on like his forehead when he's bored and be like, "It's okay."
No, I'm training my future dragon.
How to train a dragon?
What if it doesn't like you?
I got good food.
What if it goes through like a rebellious stage?
Mm.
Don't hit me with what ifs. It first has to hatch.
What if it like, I don't know, eats your helmet
Well,
or burns your fancy coat, or you know?
happens.
Okay.
What items can be bought again? Life is more precious.
What if it has a taste for flesh?
Mm.
It should have taste for flesh. I'm not raising vegetarian.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, dragons get pretty big, and you're a tasty morsel for a big dragon mouth.
Unless I feed it enough.
Well, what if you
I
had
get
to feed it people? I mean, just like you don't know what a solar dragon is like, you know.
Well,
Like,
we will find out.
good
If it's a good dragon, we can train. If it's bad dragon, I have to slay.
It's good,
So-
but you know, all things are relative. You know, maybe it desires the flesh of babies. You know.
Well, in that case, we will find evil babies and feed them.
Oh, that's a really.
You went there. What do you expect me to say?
I just say, just you gotta raise it better. You know, if it's gotta wean it off.
Alright, everybody, we are here at the threshold. Prepare yourselves and gird your loins.
What?
Oh. What does good mean?
Yeah, same question.
It means to tie your skirt under your loins so that your legs move more freely in combat.
Oh, good that you speak naval.
this is a good idea.
I feel like we should have took a course before coming on this ship, you know?
Yeah.
I do believe most of us are wearing pants, though.
Mm-mm.
Hey, Mordecai.
Yes, sir.
And make sure you give us a rousing speech on a regular basis. I think we're going to need it.
Would you like some background music?
We can do a team.
I had to say that was the premise.
Yeah.
Hopper off to that 5-minute speech that you gave there.
We
Always
can do it.
That's your final words. You know, it was really interesting that insight
you,
you
Mordecai.
gave about about overcoming our inner fragility and bringing out the strength of our spirit.
Yeah, and utilizing our different and unique abilities to work together as one fluid unit and team.
Yeah, talking about synergy was really a big moment for me.
Yeah, especially like how our front line and back line have to coordinate even in the middle of combat, and you can't be selfish, and you have to work as a team and an organized unit.
You know, it's just all
this reminds me of a time that my ship's crew and I crash landed on a time that was inhabited entirely by giant.
Over
lizards.
here.
The ship begins to approach what doesn't look like a gateway or portal into any kind of like plane that you have seen during this trip so far. Normally there'd be like some sort of like almost like a fracture within the space, right? Instead there's just nothing.
It's a void.
Mordecai's gonna pull out the bead.
There. Not even a void. There's just well, this is where the star charts told us to go.
So,
Well, my people are very good at concealing their location. So I don't doubt that has something to do with it. If we are about to enter, now would be a better time than ever to use that token we were given to protect all of you. You said it only works when we're in there.
yeah, Mordecai. We gotta break the pearl, right?
The bead. Do I break it now or when we're inside?
I believe you can break it now.
Did you not already break it earlier by accident?
I guess DM, is Mordecai pulling dust out of his back pocket, or?
It is not broken as of yet.
Okay, Mordecai will take this bead and be like, I don't know if I'm strong enough. Pudak, you do the honors.
Seriously?
Alder breaks it.
It's a strong bead.
Alder just
It's a
breaks it
pearl.
because you guys are muddling. And he's
All right,
strong.
with that, everybody, I need you to reduce your maximum hit points by 10% of its current value.
Oh man.
10%. Ooh, okay.
As you feel
Ah.
your life force be drained.
Whoa,
Your
okay.
maximum HP is reduced by 10%.
Do we round up or down?
You will round down as everything that we do. But I mean, yeah.
It doesn't help.
Because I mean, I ended up with a decimal, so.
So 134 with 10% of that would be 13.
Okay, got it. Whoa.
And with that, don't forget to reduce your growth values in those fields.
Zill's just in the corner performing the Crimson Rite, and then feels really gross about this whole thing. Ugh.
So, yeah, you're here in this quadrant of the wild space systems. There is no entryway that you can see. How would you like to proceed?
And we don't want the turtle to go with us because he doesn't have the protection we do.
I can wait here outside the rift.
Casimir will fly
forward into the rift.
There is no
Mordecai,
rift. You cannot see a rift. There's nothing there.
No, he's going to fly forward from wherever. He's going to fly towards the nothing.
Mordecai's going to use his bonus action and sprout his wings and be like, should Aspen lead the way? He's probably the safest one of all of us.
Casimir's gone. He's doing it.
So Casimir flies forward and just continues to fly forward. How far do you fly? 'Cause
Let's
at the
go.
moment, it doesn't
but-
appear that you've hit anything. There's literally an infinite number of directions this rift could possibly be in this area.
Hey, not this way, maybe. Casimir goes like 100 feet. Oh, he's running out of air.
I think that's still within the envelope, no? From what we described last time.
I'm not
I
wasting
can
spells.
give you- That is not the music I need to be hearing right now. Boop, 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 boop. Wait, let me pull up my.
Oh my gosh, Tora is just almost under 100. Like you're close to 100 hit points.
I don't want to talk about it, man. I really do not
Yeah.
want to talk about my health right now. It's not looking good at all.
Well, thankfully you got 20 temporary hit points on top of that. So
Yep. And that guy owns me anyway, so it doesn't particularly matter if I die, I don't think.
Wait, is Pudak
Oh,
out 142 after going down?
So from the tip of either end of the ship, you have 180 feet forward or from the back for the
Hey,
envelope of air.
hey, Aspen, can you sense the corruption? The Casimir's calling out as he's flying back. Like, is there a presence of the corruption of Mycelia spreading into this world from any direction?
I haven't really tried to do that ever, but I can try.
Obviously your cloak can't like connect to the ground and feel the network out or anything like.
Can you like smell the spores in the air?
I can try to meditate for a little bit and see if I can pick something up. Which Aspen will do so.
Okay. While he does that, any other ideas? Can I'll let one person make an intelligence check with advantage. And based off of what that number is, I might give you a hint.
I mean, I have a good intelligence, so
I'm giving guidance to Casimir.
okay.
Would you like Bardic
So
Inspiration?
it would be 24 before guidance.
So think about who is inhabiting this realm. Everything I've told you about the lore of this multitude of entities that come together to make what is Beldanea. It can detach from itself, but it prefers to be together.
We have a fragment of Baldanea. Which means we need to release it to.
Do we release the fragment, or can we just hold the vial and it'll pull towards itself?
Calder, we need you to open the safe. The chest.
All right.
He's got it sealed away in that, like, magic thing, right?
Yep.
Po-
So
that pocket dimension.
he will summon forth the chest and produce the glass vacuum sealed orb that holds the one large spore.
And does it react at all? Or is it just standing still?
It is bumping towards one side of the glass.
Well, let me fly off in that direction before we release it quickly, and if
I don't
that's
think
not-
we should.
We're not to
at
release
all.
it. We can hold it and use it as a compass.
Excellent.
Mordecai will take it from Galder and fly with Casimir, using it to like
Yeah.
wayfind.
So we'd have to fly to the periphery of the space of air.
which is about 180 feet.
So do we make it?
So, following it actually goes like diagonally up from the ship, and as you're following it, you enter through what seems to be some sort of threshold, we'll say. And upon coming through, there is this slice in the fabric of reality where this there is located, and that would be the entryway into the plane of which Aspen lives. But it is different from the others. It has a number of wards and intricate runes currently orbiting around it very narrowly.
So it's sealed.
Make an Arcana check.
Guidance.
Okay. I can roll the d4.
Yeah.
That's good. I rolled a 4 on this die, so that's 19.
19, and it appears to be a one-way trip.
It appears to be a one-way trip. But yes, these wards are to. It will allow us to get in, but not out.
I mean, once we plant the seed, there's surely another way out we could find.
Well, we need to do more than plant the seed. The cleansing waters are required to heal Aspen's people. And it's
More-
more to find.
Mordecai will like stick his head out. It's up here! And kind of like wave the ship to come up.
Captain, can you bring the ship up close enough to allow the rest to safely approach this point?
All right.
Our non-winged companions.
So the ship will begin to go up.
It's always interesting flying in here because I don't really feel a downward pull in some ways.
I guess we could kind of just Mordecai will flip upside down. This way's up as well.
Careful, the ship will pull you down if you're not careful.
As the ship gets closer, there is a sudden flare in light from the runes. And with that, the ship will then start being pulled aggressively towards the rift.
Captain, pull the ship away.
I'm trying.
The ship, having a much higher weight, being this close in proximity to this rift, seems to be getting pulled into it.
No, we just killed him. Any thoughts?
I mean, I can save the captain. I don't know what we should do about the ship, though.
There's crew as well, not just the captain, right? Like,
How many crew?
Yeah, Jeremy. Or Blaremy, sorry.
Blaremy? Is it just Blair? No, it's not just Blaremy.
we've got more than Blaremy.
Oh god, I don't know the crew, and we've been traveling for like how many days?
There's a number of alarm bells that begin to go off as the ship continues to get pulled in. Everybody, I'm putting a timer of 1 minute.
Captain, we'll get ourselves out the ship. You need to plane shift out now.
Michael, do I notice what is pulling the ship towards it? The runes?
It appears to be just the force. Like, think of it as a gravitational force. This larger object has a much larger pull than two people who just floated near it.
Yeah. Every seekers jump towards the portal.
I cast fly at 5th level on me, Pudak, and Aspen, so we can fly. Sorry, Zukifli, I don't really know what you're gonna do.
I'll aim and
Trigger Storm
I guess I'll
come
just-
out to the deck of the ship. But what about the rest of the crew?
Can you not plane shift the ship out of here? It will not pull you out of the gravity.
I need everybody to make strength saving throws, please.
Including the people flying above the portal.
I would have grabbed Zulkifli at least.
19 for her, for Galder.
That's including everybody.
Everybody.
23.
As the ship comes up to the rift stretches, and you're all with the ship, get pulled in
Shit.
With the ship,
with the ship.
I tried to save it.
Michael, how many crew are on the ship?
Well, there's
There's
Shandy,
about 12.
Laramie,
There's Laramie,
Schmithany,
there's Krager, there's Shalissa, there's
yeah, Shalisha, there's Zathary.
Azus, Beezus, Caesar, Thesis, Jesus.
Gason.
Rayson,
How badly do we want to save the crew?
Jr.
Yeah.
Blairby Jr., there's Ratty, who's just a normal rat who wanders about.
Yeah. Miss Norbin.
Mordecai will shake Casimir.
Smoger.
Are there
It's like-
any
it's like a
options?
smoking hot ogre,
So,
which is why I
time's
call him
up.
Smoger.
Are there any options to save the crew, Casimir?
As everybody begins to get pulled into the rift along with the ship, Krager will grab about the 4 closest crewmates he has in proximity to him, and there'll be a flash of light, and he is out of there. As
Michael?
I'm narrating moments. You had your time. You're done.
Yeah,
the
y'all
ship
blew it.
spirals. Your vision swirls. Anybody who got less than a 15 on their strength save, so 15 is what you need to save on that check, is going to get thrown about and get some bludgeoning damage from being thrown into different objects as they kind of spiral. Think of this as much like a tornado, but it's like a vortex coming down, like water going down a drain.
Ouch.
Bloosh.
Sora, you were close enough to me. You're fine.
Are we close enough to get the +5?
Well, you said you're casting a spell on me, so yeah,
True.
you touched me, right? Like
49 points of bludgeoning damage as these objects get thrown about, half as much on a successful save.
I did touch you. That is
my
true.
God.
As you
I did
manage
touch you.
to anchor yourself down, and then all goes black.
45, you said?
Thank God for this
49.
temper.
49.
If you
49.
Yeah. 24 if you succeeded.
Well, there goes temporary points.
Ouch.
That is what the fall.
Roll prime for a
24.
power kill.
Inside play.
24 if you passed. I'm so worried for the crew.
Could everyone close
What a
your eyes
good
for a
roll.
moment? As your characters come out of this half conscious state and become aware of your surroundings once more, there is no warmth of the sky, no sound of birds or other life, just the crackling of a now wrecked ship upon this cold, firm, stone-like ground. There is a breeze that moves forward. And as you look around at your surroundings, what appears to be once lush, vibrant life is now gray and barren. Trees appear to be made of stone. There are groans of your crewmates that were unfortunately unable to be teleported out.
Oh, Laramie.
You can open your eyes. And all light that you have is just a gray sun giving this monochrome like light across the desolated landscape that is Aspen's home.
This is plane of death. She's corrupted even the light.
That was not the best call with getting ship closer.
Do you understand the metaphysics of how all of this works, Potek? This is not the time.
No, I was not complaining, just stating obvious.
We
I'm
really
well
got to
aware.
figure this out before our crew becomes petrified.
It's too late. We cannot save them unless we save this place.
That is what I mean. We need to get moving.
Aspen. I'm sorry.
Michael,
Yes.
what happened to the vial Mordecai was holding?
Oh, at this point, the vial is shattered. But the major concern of the vial being shattered previously is that it was outside the plane where it was contained. We're more or less fine here.
Okay.
It's
Except
gone.
your
though.
arm is gone. And your arm has been consumed. No. This is...
I'm assuming whatever was in the vials floated away by now.
Yes.
So, any idea where we're going to?
You hear that maniacal laugh?
Do I hear maniacal laughing?
Hello, seekers. Welcome.
Welcome.
The voice comes from all around you. From the earth, from the petrified trees, to the grayed out sun. Laramie will walk forward. His leg clearly broken. What is this place?
Close your eyes and lay down. We will save you.
And you've brought offerings for me. Welcome home, Aspen. Welcome home. And to show you what you face now.
Laramie immediately, stone bumps begin to spread across his skin, and the light fades from his eyes as he goes, What's happening? And then he freezes in that moment of panic. Light is pulled down into the ground and away from him.
Well, at least the stone worked.
Yeah. Like cracking knuckles. I think we're messing her up now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will look for Dragon Egg. I
Freak
don't see it.
Let's.
Go home.
Oh god, the dragon egg.
Yes, where's my new friend?
What happens if a dragon egg is petrified?
And it's a petrified egg.
It's a big rock. I don't know.
Let's get going. We got dragons to save.
Where? Where are we going, Pudak? You tell me. I do
That
not
way.
know.
Does Aspen know?
I assume our best place. We need to plant that seed. We need to find a good space to plant it.
Is there any good space left?
So it was explained to you earlier that the seed would need to be planted at the base of the great tree.
Yeah.
Which I assume we can see.
Make a perception
That's
check.
what probably be like the center of the village or something like that.
So Zulkifli with a 28 begins to scan
Sorry,
his
if it was a
surroundings, and what he sees will be revealed after our mid-session break, which we're now going to take. Wow.
Oh my
Sorry, buddy.
god.
We will see you
Session
here
break?
in about 15-20 minutes. However, if you're just now joining us,
Hey, well, hi. You joined us. If you want to join us more, complete the experience, you can catch up on our entire adventure wherever it is we've archived our episodes. That is on YouTube and also on the podcast network in audio format. Also, hello, listeners. We see you. We appreciate you.
We do appreciate you. We probably don't see you. Sorry.
Yeah. We should really monetize you more. We'll figure that out.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. If you haven't donated to the Trevor Project, future viewers, come back in the past and donate.
well, you do have
please
until
do.
the end of the month to do such things. So, you
Yeah.
know,
You need
There's
to
that.
donate in every single video.
Okay. It was the
I
hard
mean, you
sell now.
can, don't need to. But anyway, we'll be here back momentarily after these messages. See you all soon. And welcome back, everyone. So, where we last left off, the crew of this glorious Spelljammer ship had just crashed into what was once Aspen's home. They have the mission of bringing the blessed seed, the seed that they collected from the Tree of Aeons in the court of the Astral Elves, to the great tree here within Aspen's realm. It is with the seed that they'll be able to weaken Beldanea enough to defeat her back on the material plane and free Aspen's people. So, you have no idea where within this area that you are. With that, what would you like to do?
Well, so Kifley did a good perception roll.
Yes, he had a perception roll, and so as you look around, so
I want to comment that it was actually a 14. It was a nat 1. Shouldn't have been rolled at advantage.
it was visual based. You are correct. So it's still a skill check. So 14. Looking around, you don't get the idea that there is a giant tree anywhere. To be honest with you, the sky is very hazy, and it's hard to see in any certain like direction.
Would Aspen know generally where the great tree is relative to landmarks, considering this is his home?
Make a wisdom check for me, please.
Okay. It's a 13. Unfortunate.
So the landscape looks vastly. You left your home as everything was petrifying. This landscape looks nothing like the home you once knew. Much like after a tornado goes through a forest or across someone's land, there's a change. There's no more, those recognizable trees are no longer there.
Well, if we have no direction to go, we'll just go straight and look for big markers if we find something to find.
Kazner will pull out the blessed seed and see if there's any reaction from it.
Make an Arcana check.
Yes. Galder will assist. Because I can do that. That's a 24.
A 24?
Mm.
Okay. You're getting a feeling that the direction that you need to go is to the north relative of your current location. There's just something within the seed that you like connect to for a moment.
The seed is drawing me towards the north. And he kind of points it like a compass. It seems to know the way.
We do that.
You do that.
Yep.
That was definitely the direction I was walking to.
Could
just
actually
march.
a natural wayfinder.
We just start marching north.
Okay.
Definitely weapons in hand.
Everything seems still as we go.
Whoever wants to take the charge can make a perception check.
I'll go.
Yeah, Aspen could be up there as well.
I'm gonna give guidance on Aspen.
19 on a perception check. If it's a straight roll.
Okay. So
Um,
this would be a straight perception roll because you're not quite using your scent. There's no sound. Like there's a breeze, but there's no smell in the air. There's no sounds. There's just coldness.
Can I still smell my companions? Smell in here.
Yes.
Okay. Zol's actually going to be a little reassured. I mean, this is a brutal place. It's a desolate thing, but Zol will reflect that in the absence of too many confusing scents, he would be able to pick out something if it does approach.
Yep.
So,
So I will
there's
let you
one thing to
know.
take solace in. Yeah.
As you guys head towards this valley between two mountains, this narrow spot of land that is through a petrified forest. From the amount of like trees that are here, still barren, still stone, you could guess that this was once a vibrant wildscape. You may continue.
Hey, Mordecai, do you feel like another rousing speech as we walk?
I could try, but unfortunately, people only seem to be boosted once every time they rest. It doesn't seem to take that effect just every time.
It's a strange phenomenon.
I think it's less the phenomenon and more just my ability to give the speech.
I'm gonna say you do seem to expend all of your buzzwords every time.
But yeah, all my charisma is just in that one moment shining through.
Then you become a mortal man again.
Yeah. I ascend a near godhood and then this.
Fair enough. You spent all of your mojo.
Guys, focus. Creepy place. We just wandered that direction and
Yeah. Casimir just keeps the
I'm
seed.
giving you a little bit of time to talk here a little bit.
in that case go on with Mojo.
I'm sorry, I can't think of
He's
anything else.
lost his mojo.
Zulkifli, I remember you saying we had worm poison. Do we still have that?
Dig through my stuff.
What's that drumming?
Do we think
Coming from
You
the
think-
DM. Dear
do we
God.
think Baldene is vulnerable to poison?
Absolutely not.
Finally, I'll pull out one vial of purple worm poison. I have this. Also this. And it's I have a serpent venom as well. But this one, purple one, is very potent.
Aspen,
Could I just hold on to that? It's a component for some of my spells.
Poison. You are sure?
Yep.
Okay. It
That's-
must be this one, or you need any poison.
Any poison.
Yeah, this purple worm is as powerful as we've have. So
Preferably the strongest one. Makes for a more potent spell.
This one is strongest.
Hmm.
Okay. I'll give him the purple one poison. In brackets, injury.
Aspen,
Yes.
do you recognize anything here? Like, you said many of this is changed, and it's definitely not as pretty as before, but like getting acclimated with old parts of home.
I can only generally make out some mountains in a general area where we might be, but my home, one filled with color and lush wildlife and plants and trees, is a land of pillars.
Yeah, but you talking about nice place. Now we have something to look forward to. Gives good
Yes.
motivation.
So, as you continue to walk for several hours, there actually is a place that you do recognize simply because there is a lake in the middle. But much like everything else here, this lake is still. It is gray, and at its depths, it is even darker gray. And this was a place that your uncle and you convened when that vial broke for the first time, Aspen. In fact, I will give everybody a visual of this lake.
oh
boy.
So,
here we go, audience.
you may place your tokens wherever you like.
It's so bleak.
It's never something I hear you say.
Well, we said we're going to north.
Is this water in the middle here stone, or is that still water?
The lake is stone.
Okay.
Sorry, you're so far ahead.
Toro's going
Alright,
off by
I'll come back
himself.
to the group. Sorry, I was just exploring.
Anything that anybody would like to do?
Mordecai's gonna look around. Does he see anything?
Make
What's-
a perception check.
Can I give myself guidance?
I
on this?
haven't
Sure.
tried it here yet, so I would try with divine sense. Like, focus if something specific pings out or whatever it does.
Sure. Can you give me the details of divine sense once more?
When X head explodes.
There it is.
I need you to make a charisma saving throw, please, Budak.
I was joking.
I rolled an 8 on that perception.
Just a lot of gray. It's like a. Did I say charisma save? I meant constitution, but I'll give you charisma if that's what I said. Did I say charisma?
Mhm.
Said charisma.
Cool, cool. I meant constitution, but that's fine. 29. The entire area, this foul odor fills your nose. Where Baldenae's presence is everywhere.
Good.
With your
I start coughing profusely.
with your 8, Mordecai, behind the largest tree in this area, to the northeast of the map, there is, you see a hand just peeking, just like a hand, just gray behind the tree.
That is a hand like petrified, or is it just a hand?
Do you want to get closer to look?
Yeah, Mordecai will begin walking over to the tree, pointing out to his group. There's a hand, a person over here.
Aspen, this isn't the tree we're looking for, is it?
No, the tree is quite large.
If
Um,
everything,
he-
She's in the northwest.
if everything here is Baldinea, could she not reshape and control it?
Let me make an investigation check.
I imagine
Okay.
she could.
Careful, Mordecai.
There's a hand here. I'm just trying to get a better look.
Careful.
I'll
That's-
assist him.
You have to be up there with him if you want to assist him.
Okay. I will follow close to him.
It can't be anything good.
No.
What's that investigation there, Mordecai?
$12.
16, because you were being helped.
Ah.
You begin to turn around, like come around the tree and see that this is in fact a petrified furbolg.
Aspen, you might want to get over here.
This fucking guy.
Husband comes around.
Up here, there's I think they're from your village.
Aspen will take a look. Does it look like anyone familiar?
So this particular druid, it seems that they were leaning against the tree in their final moments as they became fully petrified, was one of the members of the Circle of Wildfire for your village.
Circle of Wildfire. Oh. Didn't know we had many of those.
You didn't.
Time to pull
No.
up lore notes.
Must be why he's so far away from the village.
Circle of Wildfire.
Yes. A circle looked down upon.
They were outcasts?
Yes, the practice of the wildfire isn't so necessary here.
No. Also, suspiciously. I mean, do your people worship gods?
No.
You should, it's great.
Do they worship manifestations of natural forces?
I wouldn't say my people worship anything. We practice oneness with the things that we study.
I know nothing of druid circles, but Wildfire sounds so suspiciously like a servant of Adagora.
Zolkifli, a shiver runs down your spine, and you whip around to see that there are two figures standing behind you that were stalking ever so closer. They have an equestrian-like head that is that of a skull, with these four long horns protruding from it, two curved ones from the side, two long curved forward from the top. Its body seems to be skin that was pulled and stretched way too tight into its gray skeletal form, lanky in this giant state. and it's kneeling down on its back, on its legs, while using its front two legs to kind of steady itself as it looks with you in its eyes, hollowed skull with these red dots of light.
Ah, Aspen, we have company. What is this?
What's something of here?
Why are they moving?
A voice enters all of your minds, unless you have a ring of mind shielding. And it seems to speak not just common, but every conceivable language that you seem to understand and be able to speak.
That's a mess.
What's this?
What do we have? Alive. Life.
The creature to the east takes another step forward.
Trouble for you.
Or, if you're amenable, maybe someone who can help you.
I knock an arrow. My bow.
Your choice.
I activate my fire blade.
I have my pistol drawn.
Crimson.
Aspen takes his sickle and he whips it over his shoulder and drags the blade across his shoulder, and the blade of the sickle is coated with a thin green flame. Let me see how much damage I take from that really quick. Take a d6. 4 points of damage.
What do you want?
What do I want? I want you. I want your life.
They are not to be reasoned with so swiftly.
Well, you can't have it.
Esmir pulls the singing blade and activates the Gloria movement.
As this happened, the creature to the south begins to charge, and at this point, I need everybody to roll initiative, please.
That's it. That's the moment.
Yeah, and you all hear an angelic choral movement surrounding the Casimir, which does not fit this music that's playing right now, which is fine because it's lovely music.
I don't have any angelic sounding music.
Cum Sancto Spiritu.
Gloria, Gloria to.
Oh, God, this villain.
That spread. Look at that spread for Galder.
Time for me to roll mine.
That was a natural 1. And if
Added
it
that 20.
it would have been a nat 20.
Oh,
Sorry.
right, everybody. I'm gonna roll my. Oh, we have another natural 1. Casimir has rolled 3 natural 1s this session, by the way.
Me too.
Total.
Galder's rolled 2 and I've rolled 1.
I rolled 1 too. That's 4 natural ones. I think that's a dice giveaway right there.
I just rolled 1 too.
Yeah.
Oh,
My 7 is a natural
set of
1.
dice today, everybody. We are giving away a set of dice.
That's
wow,
a nice dice.
it's been a
By the way,
while.
I don't have the Ring of Mind Shielding attuned, so I don't have that protection.
I got a 9 and an 11 for mine. Okay, so before I hit this button, I need all of you to make sure that you are on the turn order. If you are not, you're keeping the position that you're at when you finally get added.
Why do I have a wait. Let me change mine for whatever reason. Hey, where'd I go?
You deleted yourself.
Yeah, how?
You deleted your token.
Wait, sorry.
Roll again.
That was not. Now again, 7, please.
Yeah, there we go. Well, let's get some real bad initiatives this fight.
All right.
No,
so
I don't know what you mean.
top of the turn order is going to be Revelor with a 29. Revelor, take it away.
Revolver Jones.
All right. You said the one to the south, so that's red guy down here, right?
Yeah.
He's the one that's charging currently. All
And
right.
he's the one who made the first move with a surprisingly fast speed.
Oh boy. Okay, cool. Well, bonus action, steady aim. Give myself advantage. What do I want to do here? Yeah, and I'll do sharpshooter.
You're on deck.
And I will expend a grit point for violent shot.
Okay.
Oh, baby, don't let me down. Oh, well, if it'll roll, that'd be great. There it goes. 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
Sweet. We love that. Okay, all of a sudden it's not wanting to do my sneak attack damage either. Cool, love that. All right, here we go. So 12 plus 12, 24, so 34 damage for the initial attack. And then extra attack, fire off one more shot. Oh, 19.
19 will hit.
Oh, all right, that works. All right, so damage. I think I got one on that. 7 additional damage.
7 points of more damage. Okay.
So total 41.
All right.
And yeah, that'll be it for my turn.
Casimir's next. Mordecai's on deck.
All right. Casimir activates his blade song, shockingly. And you know the music of the Gloria merges into a symphony of arcane runes and magical force, and he rushes forward to this creature and gets to strike it with the singing blade.
Okay.
Which is it? Did that not roll? Is it being weird?
Yeah, it's doing it for me too.
Okay. We're doing this, are we?
Yep.
I was gonna roll dice for now until I figure the other stuff out. Does a 19 hit?
19 will hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So that is Sorry. First time using the singing blade in a little bit, so just give me a moment.
It's been a hot second.
It's been a hot second. Casimir's just getting used to it again.
It's about time that you decided to use me.
Yeah.
Welcome back, my friend.
Okay. So the base damage is 19, plus I get to roll the radiant.
Ooh.
Just 2d6. And it's 10 radiant damage on top of that.
So 26 total, is that what I heard?
19 plus 10.
29. All right.
I think those are them.
Noted.
Yeah.
But what we're gonna do here is, as you go to attack it, there is a anguishing pain and the feeling of despair that courses through you. I need you to re-roll that.
Did I just get silvery barbed?
You didn't get silvery barbed, but sort of.
Do I have to re-roll the damage?
Yeah.
The whole hit? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's not as good. So that's 16 for the first bit.
16 to hit?
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to
I
reroll
need
the
you to
hit.
reroll
Okay.
to hit.
Okay. That's even better. So that's 25 to hit.
That will hit. Okay, roll your
Yeah.
damage now.
Okay. Well, I just rerolled that. So 16 base damage and 8 radiant.
All right.
So not as good. It's a good sword.
Noted.
And I have a
okay.
second attack.
So, as we cross initiative count 20, I need both Tora and Casimir to make Constitution saving throws, please.
Can I do my second attack first?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were done. I thought you said you were done.
No,
Okay,
no.
never mind.
No, I didn't. I'm not. Yeah. So the next one is a 30 to hit.
30 will hit.
Okay. So that is 20 base damage
Okay.
and 7 radiant.
All right.
Does this seem to hurt it quite a bit?
It does the amount of damage you'd expect it to.
All right, I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
We're gonna do this again. That's a 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
Yeah. And 21 base damage. I don't know why I use spells, man. And 9 radiant.
Give me a total.
30.
30. All right.
And then one more attack because I action searched.
Yep.
And that's not as good. That's 14 to hit. I assume that doesn't hit.
14 does not hit.
Okay.
So
better than
Casimir
2
running
fireballs.
towards this creature hits it with 3 rapid strikes as this angelic song is sung by the blade. And then the creature blocks the next one with its long spindly arm and claws. And as we come across initiative count 20, I need Casimir and Tora to make those con save throws, please.
Okay.
21 for Tora.
Okay.
13 because I'm at disadvantage.
Okay. So, Tora, you'll take half this damage. This is just for Tora this first time, as it's 2 different creatures doing their initiative count 20 ability.
They've got legendary actions or lair actions.
Yowza.
Tora, you're going to take 7 points of necrotic damage as the wounds that you suffered from the shipwreck continue to fester and get worse, as if you took more damage when they first happened. Casimir, you're going to take full damage. That is also 14.
What is going on?
You're going to take 14 points of necrotic damage. As that wound continues to fester and get bad from your shipwreck.
Okay, it's good to know.
With that, it is now Mordecai's turn.
Yeah, I'm not pulling any punches. That worm vial that I just got, I'm casting Blood Spoil.
Oh man!
And I'm
Only
twin
have the one.
and I'm twin spelling it to hit both of them with it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And I'm gonna drink that poison for 12d6.
Do you choose to fail?
Yes.
Okay.
So I take 44 damage.
Okay. What the fuck are you doing?
And they've got to make con saves each.
They do.
And this is worse than any time.
DC 19.
They are immune to poison damage.
Oh,
Wow.
that's great.
Which Aspen did warn that things here would probably mean some damage.
I wanted to try it.
You know what? I'm gonna use my blood maledict feature. I'm gonna react and use blood curse of exposure.
That's fair.
Which will I've got one thing within 30 feet, so I'm gonna do it. Nope, it's just out of range. Never mind. 30 feet was the range.
I am so sorry.
As you were.
So Mordecai, you will take the 44 and use that spell slot.
Oh man, that's brutal.
And your sorcery points. Is there anything else you'd like to do for your turn? This is when it's not fun
Sorry.
to be a DM sometimes.
Yeah, I'm gonna bonus action go invisible.
You can hide you. He's a little flushed.
So just to get this straight, you just got some poison from Zulkifli, and now we see you drink it, and it happens nothing except for you dying.
Yes, has zero effect on everything around me.
And you're speaking to your wand. Yes, we'll do this.
You're literally like gagging from this horrible poison. You just took all of this damage, and we just
He
see you
is
poop out of
gagged.
existence. Oh my
I
god!
enjoyed that.
He just disappears. It's like he died. He disappeared from existence.
So you go invisible,
okay.
you go up there. Is there anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
We are taking his wand away.
You probably should.
Fuck's sake.
No, that's it.
Okay.
Hey, real quick, Michael. I completely forgot to roll the damage for my violent shot. The second bit of damage. So it's just that 10 right there.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll let it happen this once. Forget in the future, it ain't happening.
Okay.
It's okay. We just had a little bit of game lag, so the damage popped up after.
So Kifley, it
it's
is
fine.
your turn.
Cool. Oh, I know why this started. Sorry. Okay. Longbow attack. 19 to hit the one marked red.
That will hit.
Excellent. Okay.
Excellent.
Excellent. Unfortunately, only 8 so far with additional 7. That'll deal
What type of
Yeah.
is that 7?
magic piercing. Sorry, what type 7?
Yeah.
Psychic.
Psychic?
Mm-hmm.
It is resistant to psychic damage. So that'll
Resistant,
be a
so it's only gonna
3,
take
so a total of
3
11.
points. Okay. Okay, great. 3 points. Okay.
And I need you to make a
Alright.
Constitution saving throw, please, as this creature looks
Good
at
to know.
you, as it takes this
Okay.
arrow to the arrow to the knee.
Okay.
This pain racks your body as this creature.
Hold up. I am within Pudak's range. Pudak, what's the bonus you give? Is it plus
Plus
5?
That will
So
just
18
fail.
total. 18? Will
Will,
fail?
will
Okay.
just fail.
Okay.
As the
Understood.
DC is 19 on this. You'll take 10 points of necrotic damage as this pain racks your body. The point of where you're drawing back the string, that whole wrist starts to turn black and necrotic as this pain shoots up your arm.
Okay.
The creature
I
chuckles.
give myself more damage. Performing the Crimson Rite right away to do fire damage as a bonus action. And then I fire another shot with the longbow. 30 to hit the
30
one marked red.
hits.
$11 points magical piercing with an additional 6 points fire.
The fire damage
Does
does
fire
not
do
do
it?
as much as you thought it would. It takes half of that.
Resistant to fire too. Okay.
So we now
Good to
know,
know.
just so everybody's aware, it is
Okay.
immune to poison. It is resistant to psychic and fire at this point. That you know.
Okay. So that will be great. 14 total for that attack.
Yep.
If you don't mind, I would like to blow a charge on the Blood Fury Tattoo to deal an additional bit of necrotic damage. May I do so?
You may,
Okay. 16 points of necrotic damage.
which it is resistant to as well.
It's resistant to that too, so it takes only 8 points to that
Correct.
necrotic damage. All right.
Not immune to thunder.
It
Or
is not,
radiant.
and it is not resistant to thunder or radiant. We know this as well.
Hmm.
Let's say
Okay.
we haven't established thunder. We haven't just established thunder, but not cold or fire or acid. So if Kydro comes out of nowhere, he'll figure that out.
Good to know.
Here comes Kydra with the steel chair.
Stop the damn match!
And then Kydra does all of the damage.
By God.
He already knows he's.
He's not immune to steel damage.
It's actually been Hydra behind the production sign all night.
Resistant to necrotic.
Last return
Good to know.
that was
Okay.
Kifley?
That's all I got. I'm staying right there.
Okay, so I need everybody. That is, let's see here. What is the radius? Okay, I'll measure this. There's gonna be a sphere on the ground. If you are within that sphere, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please. And you,
Oh man!
right here, you do. If you are within that gold aura, you do get a +5. Revelor and Gold are just outside it.
Wait, what?
Was that a question?
Yeah.
You're just outside it. So I need
Con save?
I need a Constitution saving throw. I'm sorry, Wisdom saving throw. My bad. If
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Okay, we'll reroll that.
That's better.
Galder gets a 21 then.
Okay, I got a 23. 23 plus 5. So
Yeah, it's a
28.
22.
okay, so keeping all of your rolls in mind, just for the sake of stream, if you got a 19 or above, you succeeded. By show of hands, who succeeded? 19 or above with a +5.
For Galder.
I'm not
Okay.
even gonna bother with the +5.
Okay. All right. So, this ball of gray vapors exhales from this creature's mouth and lands and kind of expands in.
He just
Those
vaped
of
all
you
over.
who those of you who failed, you're gonna take full damage. If you succeeded, you're gonna take half. This is indeed psychic damage.
Ooh.
If you failed, why are your friends attacking your other friend? This is the other living creature in the land of dead things. What is going on right now? Also, if you failed, you now become monotone.
Oh, it's this thing
and
again.
You're grayed out. You're completely
Ooh, was this
grayed
a-
out. You're charmed by this creature.
It's a charmed effect.
It is a charm
Which
as a
means
secondary effect.
Revelor should have advantage on this one.
So this is where it's
Oh.
interesting because it's not necessarily like it's a charmed effect for this, but it's like at the same time it's just a secondary thing. So
I feel like it's still part
I'll
of it
give you
though.
advantage.
Wisdom.
I'll give you advantage.
All right, cool.
Roll
Do that
again.
again then.
Please.
You failed.
That's even worse.
Silver bear.
Wait, so would I have? Is it a spell or an ability?
This is an ability.
Okay, never mind.
Are you being serious about
so
that?
whenever I cast a spell, I will let you
Yeah,
know
the
this creature
bats.
begins to cast a spell that lets people know that they can counterspell if they so choose. But this is an ability. So this sphere of gray vapors comes out and envelops all of you. You take 10d6 psychic damage, which was the total of 29 points of psychic damage, or half as much if you succeeded. If you failed, you're also charmed by the creature, and you are now shades of gray. You're 50 shades of gray. A little bit horny. But poorly
Technically
written.
49, so that we don't get demonetized.
So, if you succeed, you only take half damage. None of these other effects affect you, right? Cool. That was
Tora,
that one's coming to go.
you still need to do your wisdom saving throw because it was not a constitution. You still
It's,
got it.
He's
it's still a
gonna
plus
keep his
2,
same
so
roll.
it wouldn't have changed.
Mm-hmm.
So you would keep your first roll because it's not fair.
Yeah.
You just would subtract or add the difference of whatever the difference of that
Well,
roll would
my
be.
con
because
and my wisdom are
let's say you
both
rolled a
plus
natural
2, so I
20
just
and-
kept in that one.
let's say if I said it was a con save
oh.
and you rolled a natural 20, but then you re-rolled it because I said it wasn't safe and it was a nat
Galder,
1. That
yeah,
would have
that's
been
true.
fine.
Galder also failed them.
And the creature is going to run over here, away from the action.
Also,
Howard.
Galder looks not as different as you would think because he's mostly gray anyways.
Casper, you were in the sphere.
But Galder was.
Oh yeah. All right.
And
Anyway,
he failed.
Casper, you're gonna get attacked.
Yeah, that's okay. Give it to me, bro.
The creature is. The creature is going to go to bite you.
Yeah, that's good.
that
I
is
can
gonna
certainly
be-
try.
That is going to be a 19 to hit.
That misses.
All right, is going to make a claw attack against you. Big money, big money, big, no whammies. 26 to hit.
Shield. It misses.
Counter spell.
Damn.
Yeah, I'll counter the counter.
With who?
Oh Jesus, I don't know who countered it.
Because you can't counter it.
Oh
'Cause
no,
you
I
just use
can't because
reaction
I
to
already used my
shield.
reaction. You're right. And Galder is charmed, so he can't help. So yeah, it counters my first level spell.
All right.
Michael, I counter.
Are you
Measure
close
that.
enough?
Which one?
That one. It has to be within 60 feet, correct? Or is it 80 feet?
Which the red one?
Extended spell, meta magic.
Okay.
Which I'm.
Is this because of the poison damage? I feel like this is because of the poison damage.
Yes, this is because of the poison damage. What else would this be for, Michael? What else?
I would like to rage.
It's fine. It's fine. I didn't need that anyway. I didn't even hit that hit. So with that, I will then use my last action of this turn to he's gonna teleport here.
Okay.
Away.
Oh, come back.
Let's say Casimir's effective AC right now is 28.
Tora, it is now your turn.
I'm label charmed by these fellow boys.
What does that mean?
You know what you must do.
I shoot Revelor in the head.
You are.
Wait, no.
So,
Not me, them. Everyone else in our group.
Reveler's not
Oh,
his friend.
my bad. So
Wait.
is it the end of my
let
turn
me
and then
remind you what
saving
you're
throw
feeling in this
again?
moment, because you know. These are your friends attacking your other friends. You can regard these lanky equestrian looking demon creatures as friendly right now. You're confused. You can do any non detrimental action to these creatures as you see fit. Whatever you think your character would find reasonable. You can't do harm to them. You can't set yourself up to do harm to them next turn. But at the end of this turn, you're no longer charmed.
Okay, so
cast haste and then.
But would that be for the purpose of harming these creatures? That's the thing.
Also, why
He
would you
would-
cast haste on them?
You could
He
cast
would-
haste on these creatures because you want to help them defend themselves. But you know, but they would be attacking your friends. You don't want either of your friends to get hurt.
that is very true. But I don't want anyone to attack me, so I will cast Unbreakable Majesty.
Okay, that's fair.
Greatest friend of all, yourself.
And then
Stuff and monkey wrench.
I will say charming player characters always because you're like, if you like, oh, you need to attack your allies, you're like, but I'm gonna just punch them because I have a -1 strength. No. Do it like you would to me.
Well, I'd actually just poison myself instead.
I know, it was fantastic.
Got a new poison, new spell, and nope.
most of my other spells,
Got
I
any
unfortunately
poison
don't
do the same
think-
basic ass shit they do every other turn.
Huh?
Not you. Go ahead.
I don't think a lot of my other things are going to work. So, that'll basically be my turn. I'll just set up
Cool.
this, and then I don't think I can do anything in good knowledge
So-
of not attacking these creatures.
Tora's color returns to him and he's no longer charmed. Budak, it's your turn.
Screw that monster.
Actions on deck.
I'm gonna start running towards it. On the way, cast haste on myself and just lay into it as soon as I reach. Which in this round is just one attack, but after then, we're having fun.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
love fun. This is a good time.
stop charming my friends. Yeah, at least one attack. So here we go.
You're gonna have to roll it, and
Oh, for fuck's sakes!
yeah, it's broken again.
It's not doing that. Okay. I'm already doing
Actually,
it.
just
For future
right-click on the
reference,
button.
anybody who has not taken their turn yet, clicking on it will not work.
Damn it. Oh, you got your plus though.
22.
Silvery
22.
barbs. Galder protects the creature.
Oh, see, that's how you play as a character, everybody. Re-roll that shit. Thank you for playing honestly, Casimir.
Where does the
It's
advantage
better.
go?
Who gets the advantage?
Galder is going to give the advantage to the creature.
Oh,
so that-
gross.
In case it gets hurt.
Gross.
So the 22 still stands,
22 still stands.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
then
it's
I
like-
do hit.
Stop hitting them.
Please work with this for fuck's sakes.
I will turn this quest around.
Give me a
We are
second.
headed home right now.
Oh man.
Yeah. Don't ever give me license to fuck with my friends. I will find the most effective, polite, and correct way to do it.
I love that. I truly do. It's fantastic.
I can do that.
For fuck's sakes, math. Okay, this.
Math in my
this-
D&D game?
This.
No, thank you.
Yeah, math rocks are hard.
21. That's a 21.
Okay.
No, depends on how hard you chuck them.
Let me know when you're done.
21.
And which
plus-
one of that is any of that your fire damage?
Yeah, that's my flame thing.
So which number is your fire damage?
The 3d6. No,
That's the one I haven't added yet.
Okay, so your fire damage will be halved.
Okay, up until now it's what's it? 21, 29, and now the next 2d6 will be halved.
Okay.
So plus 5, so 34.
34. Yep.
nice.
34, and it has to do wisdom saving throw because I did the cloud strike to become invincible.
Which
For
it has advantage on.
Good. Waste the silver barbs.
It's the first roll you take
This
is always
is a
advantage.
magical effect, so automatically has advantage.
Oh, so it doesn't have to use it.
No. Natural 20.
Does that work on saving throws that way?
Magic resistance has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. This is a magical effect.
I mean, the DC is 21, so you tell me if it works.
So it's a natural 20 for a total of 29.
Okay, then I never asked, but yeah. Well, the damage still goes through, but I'm not
Yeah.
invincible for it.
No, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Why?
Because it gets to use its reaction because you attacked it.
Screw you, monster.
This is one of those tricksy monsters. That's gonna fail.
Well-
You're gonna take a full 4d6 necrotic damage.
46, you hear that?
19
many reactions do they
points of necrotic damage. Well, this one hasn't been attacked yet. This is
This
its
one has been attacked.
and they both used their turn, but you know that the one marked red used at least 2 reactions, and just used one on this turn for counterspell. So they have more
Right.
than one reaction. And I am playing these characters as written, these monsters as written, because you don't know what they are. So
But now that I'm in its range, I have to ask if it's undead. Because
It
my
is
Helm
not
of Radiance
undead.
does undead shit.
it is not undead. No. So I do need a Constitution saving throw for your spell effect.
Yeah, give me a second. First, I want to do the 19 damage. So that I
For those of you watching, this is like 90% what D&D is.
Oh yeah, figuring out.
Figuring out math,
rocks.
figuring out the
We're level 16. We're still trying to figure this
That's
shit
why I
out.
have this lovely tray full of math rocks for when things go wrong digitally.
I went with a very
Yes.
specific color palette for my gemstone dice.
Yeah, I'm getting my rocks out
By
too
the way,
now.
don't use modern artificer dice shatter. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Um,
I don't have a tray,
yeah.
but I have a nice
and then they
giant
don't
mouse
respond
pad
to
and
your
a set of metal
emails.
dice. So
Nice.
My haste still sticks.
Amazing.
Okay. So Podak cut his rocks off.
haha.
With that, Aspen, it's your turn. Galder's on deck. Cormac's in the hole for the top of the round.
Just kidding. Not using this dice. This is trash.
Let
some
me
reason
just
they're in a
measure
call.
something. Okay, yeah, 100%. All right. So Aspen uses his bonus action to use Hidden Step, immediately turn invisible for a moment,
Okay.
and yeah, he's going to cast a silly spell.
Mm-hmm.
In this radius, just missing Pudak, he will cast Sunburst. You catch that?
Yep. Just give me a second here.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I said give me a second. 1 second.
Right. So I need both of them to make Constitution saving throws.
All right, I will do that. You get advantage though because it is a magical effect. 24 for the one marked blue. I'm gonna roll the one marked red now. That is a 23.
Right. So, you know, as soon as Aspen casts the spell, he appears, and he will reach his hand out at the one marked red and then close his fist as if he's squeezing, and he will reduce that save by 1d4 from the one marked red.
Okay, so,
So-
roll that.
Right. Ah, that's 1. So still just barely passes. Right, but both of them pass, and they take 20 points of radiant damage.
Yeah.
Sunburst.
Okay.
Yep. That will be Aspen's turn for now.
And with that, it is now Galder's turn. Cormac's on deck. Casimir's in the hole.
Mordecai is still invisible.
No, he's not.
Okay.
you.
Galder's going to look at around the group of you, saying, "Will you stop fighting? We're all in this together." And a little concerned, and he looks over and he casts heal on Mordecai.
Amazing.
You
That
gain
is
70 hit points.
You gain 35 hit points. As being in the presence of this creature slows the healing process of which you experience.
That is really disappointing.
But not the damage I receive.
No.
Yeah. And he doesn't know that happened. And he's kind of going like, we all need to be reasonable. Stop. Slow down. We can talk this through. And then he snaps back to himself saying, fuck, killed him.
All right, with that, it is now Revelor's turn.
I'm
Cool.
working on it.
So, all right. Question, because I think I already know the answer, but I just want a point of clarity. Do you have to? Does it take movement or your movement speed to go prone?
No.
No, just
No?
to get back
Okay,
up
that's
from
what I-
prone takes half your movement to go from prone back up.
Okay, cool. So then I don't even have to do everything that I just found out that I can do. Anyway, so Revelor, seeing all his friends fighting, still having gun drawn, he's getting a little paranoid. He's like, why are all my friends fighting? What happened to all of them? What took over all of them? So he's gonna run over here behind this log here, and he's gonna get down behind it, and he's gonna take his action to hide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll stealth.
Roll stealth. Okay.
Oh lord.
He covers
Like
himself.
goofy little boy.
I can roll that with advantage. Yay.
Yeah, he literally just like pulls a box out of nowhere.
23.
Okay. You believe you are hidden.
All right. Cool.
What a goofy little boy. What's he doing?
Anything else for your turn?
Nope. That'll do it.
I just imagine Ruffalo running and just holding his hands like, please, please.
He's just like,
I love this so much. All right, and at the end of your turn, you're no longer charmed.
just. Oh shit.
You're still hit.
Here's next.
Yeah.
Mordecai is on deck, but
All right.
before that,
So I think-
for my layer action.
Is it at level? Is it at 20 or
Nope.
above 20?
It's at 20.
Okay.
So it's your turn.
All right. So Casimir's going to cast Expeditious Retreat on himself, which will allow himself to take himself the dash action himself. I just realized I said himself too many times. I thought I could
Say himself one more time.
himself one more time.
Or crack Regina. Say crack.
Yeah. So he rushes at the creature in like a blinding flash, and because it worked super well last time, he's going to attack with the delightful singing blade. Does a 20 hit?
20 does hit.
Okay. Just wondering if it was going to decide it didn't. All right. So that is the base damage is 15. And then we add on the radiant. And the radiant is 7.
Okay,
So that
I need
should
to
be
make a Constitution saving throw, please.
sure at disadvantage.
Yup.
That's a 23.
With disadvantage,
Yeah, it was a 29 or a 23.
you'll take 10 points of necrotic damage.
10 points of necrosis damage. Okay. Which will then prompt another Constitution saving throw at disadvantage. 1 second. Don't know why I'm doing this. He passes the concentration check on Expeditious Retreat. So that damage still goes through.
Okay.
He's going to hit it again. That is 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
Okay. So that's 18 magical piercing plus 7 radiant. So 25 on that hit.
25. All right. That started to look a little hurt.
Cool. Casimir's starting to look. It's not great, but he's had worse. That's my turn.
All right. So I need I need Mordecai and I need Galder to both make
Okay.
Constitution save throws DC 19, please. As their wounds begin to fester and worsen.
Ooh.
28.
You will take half damage.
Wow.
10.
So Mordecai will take 11 points of damage. Galder will take 27.
Alder's not looking great.
Also, Galder is like resistant to like 2 different types of damage, so make sure you're looking at what types of damage he's resistant to.
What kind of damage is this, sorry?
Necrotic.
Oh, okay, then that's halved anyways.
So 13.
Okay.
Is the halved
That's easy.
amount. So that will be the layer action, and it is now Mordecai's turn. Zolkifli's on deck.
Alder's looking better than I thought.
Okay. Mordecai will run forward. And twin spell hold monster on them.
Oh.
So please make me
Wisdom
DC
saves.
yeah, DC 19 wisdom save.
Okay, one marked blue first. That will be in what's the skill?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay, thank you. 19 for the first one.
Ooh.
Second one, because they do have advantage against magical effects. Second one, not as good. But that is a 17.
I'm gonna silvery barbs the first one.
Okay.
Which one? Which one?
So it
got
only
the...
makes one more roll. Am I right?
Yes. I think.
That will be a 19 again.
silver barbs from Galder, depending on which one it is?
The first one was the one marked blue.
Okay,
Yeah, he can reach.
Galder can hit it.
Okay.
Go again.
That one's better. For 26.
Casimir cast silver barbs.
Y'all just used all of your reactions.
Yeah, I just took away my shield too, so now you can hurt me.
22.
Yes, it all passes. So Galder gives advantage to.
So
Foothack,
there is
Casimir
some
gives
knowledge that you
advantage to
gain from
himself.
this. You learn that these creatures are quite wise.
Good to know.
I give my advantage to Podak, so if he wants to make an attack with advantage right now, he can choose to do so with his reaction.
Okay, Galder will give his advantage to Zokifli instead then.
I will do it right away.
Gifted him to himself.
Just to get it right. 28 should hit.
Yeah, yeah.
I will use my reaction for Afflict Despair, and I need you to re-roll that.
Oh, damn. Used another reaction.
Wonder what these things taste like. I guess it's
Wait,
my camera.
do I just re-roll the one or my whole
It's-
advantage thing?
So it's just like Silvery Barb. So you roll.
Just one more, okay, and
Yeah,
that's
then
the,
take
then the worst
if it's
outcome,
low-
okay.
Yeah.
But then it's still a 22.
Then it hits.
Okay,
Now
here
we
we
wait.
go.
Paladin things.
Paladin things.
No, we're cool. 10,
Oh, cool.
15.
I tried to talk to like a
Inside
kookaburra or something. Like, what's wrong with you?
23
Nobody knows.
regular plus 3 fire, which I already have, so 26 in total.
Cool. Thank you. And with that, it's now Zolkifli's turn.
I'm also going.
I
Wait.
prepared my dice now.
What was that, Mordecai? You had something else?
Yeah, my bonus action. I'm gonna go invisible.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
Power Rage.
So he's going to use his full movement, which is 55 feet, to get there.
Mm-hmm.
As he moves, he's going to use bonus action to do Crimson Rite of the Storm to change it to lightning damage,
Okay.
sacrificing 7 points of health as he does so. Okay. And he's going to loose an arrow at the creature marked red with advantage.
Okay.
Rolling 30 to hit.
Good
30
lord.
hits.
Dealing 14 points of magical piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
6 points of lightning damage if it takes the full damage.
It
Otherwise,
does
it's
not.
3.
It's resistant.
Ah, good to know.
What's
Resistant
it
to all that
not
stuff.
resistant to? I feel like that's a
Thunder
shorter
and
list.
radiant that you know so far.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. Okay. Cool. So 20 total for. No, sorry, not 20 total. 17 total for that attack.
Yep. I got it.
Let's do extra attack. Let's do another one. 21 to hit.
That hits.
12 points magical piercing damage.
Okay.
I also just realized, Zool, if you're attacking the red one, you have advantage because he's paralyzed.
He's been rolling with advantage.
Oh, it's not just sort of. Oh, okay. I rolled with that up to the first one, so it's a critical hit too.
Did he? Wait, I thought they both succeeded.
Paralyzed.
What's your DC?
No,
the red one did not.
Okay.
The red one
The
got a
red one failed.
17. The blue one we
So it's no
tried.
crits.
But
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the blue
All right.
one we wasted.
So.
100.
Okay. All right. So that's 17. It's a 34 instead,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
For that next attack, it's what is that? 20. Excuse me. 3. 25. Sorry, for the next one.
25 for the next one.
25. Yeah.
Okay. That hits.
Oh, sorry, that's the damage.
Oh, 25 is
That
the
was
damage.
the.
Okay.
Was, yeah,
That's
it was
looking
tw-
really hurt.
Excellent. 1, 2. Great, and that's the turn.
All right. And it's now the one mark blue's turn. It is going to. Let me look something up real fast.
Don't touch me.
Not that cheap.
Oh no. DM, I apologize. It's only critical hits if I'm within 5 feet. So all that damage I did, the 34 plus 25.
It's 59.
Take it all
divided by
back.
2
59?
would be 28. Oh,
Yeah, something like. Yeah, what it should really do. Yeah. It should be 20 plus. Yeah, sorry. 17 plus 2, 18.
All right.
It should be 30 points of damage total. That's it.
So, give me a second now.
30 total.
funny little math game.
Funny
Yep.
little math
That's
game. All right, so, this creature is going to use its ability to summon another one of them.
No,
they're multiplying.
It's.
Is it like half the size?
I need to.
Oh no.
It's even larger, actually.
I just say like it opens itself up and pulls a smaller version of itself
Does
out.
anybody here speak Infernal?
Yes, Casimir.
Casimir,
I do.
you hear?
And
Well, anybody who speaks Infernal, he watches. He points directly to where Mordecai is. It says that one.
I'm invisible.
Mm-hmm.
True side, I bet.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
Michael
point
sure
to go.
does love his true sight.
Pliatavai.
And it rolled an initiative. That is, yep.
you rolled initiative of minus 20, so it goes in 20 minutes.
Actually, 26 minutes specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And he will then teleport.
Can he like not?
There.
Stop it.
Oh shit, dog.
You were
And
just
he gets to
surrounded.
make his saving throw at the end of his turn, correct? For
Yes.
whole monster.
Yes.
Okay, so that's with advantage. That is going. Oh, that's cocked. So let me reroll that one. It was actually a good roll. It was just cocked. So, 24.
It succeeds. Is it still with advantage even if he's already paralyzed?
It's any. It doesn't say unless.
Okay.
So whatever's unless it's directly stay under the paralyzed effect, then. So it doesn't take actions or reactions, correct? And it has movement speed of 0. And attacks against it within 5 feet have our critical hit.
It's incapacitated, can't move or speak, automatically fails strength and dex saves. Attack rolls have advantage.
Yeah, it would be too broken if it also screwed you on saving throws.
Right. So
Only
it
strength
will
and dex.
succeed on that, and it will break that. But that's at the end of its turn.
Mhm.
Correct. So
Yeah.
its turn is now over. It is now Tora's turn.
Yippee! I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20 feet up,
Okay.
and on this new green boy cast Confusion. It
Okay.
will be a regular roll because it gets disadvantage from Mental of Inspiration.
All right.
I'm
My
evil.
die has never failed me. In fact, it actually has failed me a lot. But here we go.
Wisdom 18.
Wisdom
Regular.
18.
Yes.
That will be a Wisdom 26.
What a bitch.
They're wise creatures.
Regular.
Well, I knew that, but I hoped it would just fail anyway. Well, that's cringe.
I totally forgot to use one of its features for that hold monster spell anyway. So, but it's fine. I just won't use it.
Instead, well, not instead. I can't just do something else. I wish I could. That'd be cool. I will use mantle. Is it Mantle of Inspiration? That's the one. Mantle of Inspiration on Aspen, Golda. Oh, not from Mordecai and
Rigby.
the big one, Pudak. You can get 14 temp hit points and use your reaction to move away, and you will not provoke opportunity attacks if you do so.
Oh, perfect.
Up to your move speed. You can move your move speed.
But you wouldn't have your reaction because you attacked it with your reaction.
No. This is out of reaction. This is just movement.
No, it's you. You use your reaction to do the movement.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, it's not that broken. But you still get the 14 hit points unless you got them for anything else.
I
10 hit points.
really needed to get closer.
And then I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to run away.
But spasiba on healing.
But it's 14 temp, so it's like a shield.
I feel better than before, so thank you.
That's okay.
Fuck 6, just a compliment.
That'll be Tora's go.
Okay. This creature will begin to cast a spell on its turn.
Well, that's awkward. Guess who used all their reactions? All of the spellcasters. He didn't just have a turn.
As it will use Cloud Kill.
Oh,
I
shit,
need
dog.
So, Aspen, Galder, and Tora, at the start of your next turn, you need to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
I don't want to.
As that will be that creature's turn. Budak, and he is now concentrating. I need to mark that. All right. It is now your turn, Budak. Aspen's on deck. Galder's in the hole.
Yeah, wait, what are we using for concentration? This one?
The heart icon, yeah.
Something, okay. Which one looks more hurt? This,
The one marked
this
red.
guy here?
The one marked red has been noted to be very hurt.
The one that Casimir's been working on real hard.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, okay. I will just trust that you two will mess that thing up. Okay, I will use my bonus action to dash to get
Aren't
close
you
to this.
hasted? You need a dash
Yeah,
to
but-
get there?
Great, yeah, thank you. Double movement, never mind. Ha.
Yeah.
Speedy boy.
But I still want to move a little bit more later, so I'll use the bonus action anyway. Need to protect Tora. Okay. And because of that, I will attack 3 times. So here we go. That's 22, 25, and 30.
Roll the 22 damage first.
I'll have the fire damage again right away, so lights in just 17.
17. Okay, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
That's a bad roll. Yes. 17.
That will fail. You will
I'm
take
taking that weird damage again,
13
right?
points of necrotic damage as pain shoots up your arm that you used with the flame tongue sword with. And I need you to make a con save for your concentration.
Yeah, just marking the damage.
That's why I didn't have you do the damage for the other two attacks.
Right.
23 should hit.
That will succeed. You get to keep your spell roll damage for the other two attacks.
Yeah, okay. I totally miscalculated. On that first attack, 8 damage was missing, sorry.
That's fine.
So, second one... 10, 13, 18, 26, and you guys... 26 times 6 12 21 40.
I feel like while Budak is filling up his damage, we need to have like baseball
Sorry.
field organ playing.
That's 47, and I'm smiting 2 times. I really don't care right now.
Good lord.
So I said 47, 57, 60, 68. What is 68, 74, 74, 76.
Total, that whole turn.
Yeah, and the
Those two
first
attacks.
attack.
Okay. So 76 noted.
And
Yep,
then I
math.
will still move back into range of Torah. And that ends my turn.
Okay, Aspen, you're immune to poison damage, so the spell effect does not get to you.
I'm immune.
What?
I'm immune to the poison effect. I'm not immune to poison damage.
Oh, I feel like.
But it's weird. I don't know.
that was
Like
the thing that we had before.
nah, it was never immune to poison damage.
Hey,
No,
can you make a Constitution saving throw for me then?
I will. Yes. So that's a 21.
All right, that will succeed. You'll take half damage.
Does that at least look hurt now?
That will be 13 points of poison damage.
Cool.
Need a
All right.
to hear his feet.
And Aspen will, I guess, taking in some of the cloud kill, he'll take a deep breath and then cast Gust of Wind at the second level.
Okay. Counter spell.
I'm heavily obscured, and True Sight doesn't see through that.
That is true. Oh shoot! I just remeasured that. Okay, there it is. Yeah, that will end the spell.
Right.
Good job.
Ooh.
Anything else for your turn?
Yeah, Aspen will he'll move 20 feet this way.
All right. Galder's turn.
Okay, so the cloud kill is gone from here. That's by the looks of it. So
Yeah.
we're good. So Galder knows his healing isn't quite as good as he thinks it is. He's gonna do kind of like a basic thing, and just hit Mr. Blue with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
If I can, it's a plus. I'm just gonna have to roll it. So plus 11 to hit. 21 hit.
21 hits.
And we're rolling. God, what? How many does he have? So it's
She had 3 beams.
force damage for the first one.
How much?
8 for the first hit.
Thank you.
The next one is a 17 to hit.
Just hits.
Just hits, okay. And that is 15 force. And then 22 for the final one.
22
And
hits.
that's 8 more force.
I need a con save from Galder.
Oh, even ranged. Good to know.
Here we go.
It's 11.
That will fail. He will take the full damage. That is 21 points of necrotic damage, which is half to 10.
Okay. Wow. He's having a bad day. Sorry, but distracted me. Was I going to do anything else? Sorry. Thought I was thinking of something else. And he's going to drop a spiritual weapon down at
Yeah.
second level right next to it. No. Spiritual weapon at 4th level.
All right, make sure you note that.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was, it's a 4th level.
Yeah. So spiritual weapon at 4th level, so now it gets to make an attack. Which is still a plus 11, so that's 28 to hit.
28 will hit.
Okay, 2d8 plus 5 of damage. Ugh, it's not as good as I wanted it to be, so 7 plus 5 is 12.
12.
Yeah.
All right, well.
And Galder is going to move just over here.
Noted. So, it is now Reveler's turn, and as Reveler prepares himself for his next attack, he will have to wait because what happens next is a story for another time.
That's the truth.
That will be the truth. So, everyone, thanks so much for tuning into tonight's session of Prestige Encounters as we end in mid-initiative after about 2 rounds of combat. Great session overall. We are going to go ahead and pass it on over to Jeremiah, who plays Aspen, our Furball Druid.
Wonderful introduction to the wildlands, or should I say the wastelands now, because there is no life here. Yeah, and a wonderful beginning to combat. Interesting enemies with interesting abilities. However, Aspen is pretty familiar with the Cloud Kill spell, and he knew what to do. So, this is still a pretty dangerous fight, and we'll see how we handle it next week. And with that, I'll pass it over to Noah, aka Zolkifli.
What on earth are we fighting? I guess we'll find out. Well, once we've defeated them, they look sinister as all hell. Thanks everyone for joining us so much, and thanks DM as always for setting it all up for us, including making this map. What do you think, Quentin? So glad you could join us.
I appreciate that, Noah. I'm glad I could join y'all too. Yeah, great session. These things are terrifying. About all I can say. And here's hoping that blue one doesn't see me. Anyway, But of course, as always, thank you to everyone tonight for chatting it up in chat. Thank you to all of our wonderful role players for bringing this story to life. And of course, thank you, Michael, for putting this story together for us to bring to life each and every week. And yeah, that's all I got. So, Guy, take it away.
It was a very interesting session. It's nice to have some interesting character moments leading up to what is a grim tapestry of a decayed world. And getting so close to a huge narrative moment for one of the original members of the cast and the party. And I really look forward to seeing what happens next week, honestly. Like, there's just such bated breath as I get to see this moment coming up that's been crafted in conjunction with our wonderful Dungeon Master and Jeremiah, and what had been the story as well as Astra. So I'm going to pass it on to, oh god, I can't pass it on to Galder. Pass it on to Caleb, who plays Mordecai.
Definitely a great session, but Michael's not making me like him anymore. I've said this, I think, in every single one of these. He's a great DM for the simple reason that he's absolutely awful. It's awesome to play against. Really makes me actually think and use my brain. I don't like it because I have to do math and stuff, but yeah, no, it was a really, really fun session. I'm really, really upset that, you know, I think I had like 3 turns and I did like a cumulative like 5 damage, I think. Mostly to myself though. So anyway, yeah, it was awesome today. With that, I'll pass it over to Killian, who plays Pudak.
Yeah, overall, a great session. Loved it. The whole vibe of this area is terrifying. And if you want your kids to be good at counting and math, just give them something paladin-esque rogue. They'll do math all day long. They get really good at it. I'll give it over to Dora.
Rip our crew, man. They're dead as hell until we save them. But, you know, that was a really fun fight. Really liked when I got told they're really good at wisdom saves, and then I looked at all my spells, and they're all wisdom saves, so... Oh boy! Oh, I'm gonna have to use my brain for something else. But no, really cool fight. What? 2 reactions? That's crazy. They're not allowed that. But yeah, we'll get them. 3 reactions. Woo! Oh my god, they're cheating. They're hacking. But you know, I'll pass it back over to Michael.
Thank you so much. And don't forget that you can join our Discord at lichsouls.com/Discord, or use the command !Discord in our Twitch chat for a direct link to be part of our wonderful community of players where we have a RuneScape clan. For example, we play Dead by Daylight, and if you like D&D, the Dead by Daylight chapter just came out. Not sponsored, by the way, but it's still fun. Come play that with us. Also, yes. Also, Sea of Thieves. We play Sea of Thieves sometimes, and other games as well. All this at the Lich Souls Gaming Discord server. Once again, at lichsouls.com/Discord. If you just missed some of our session or all of the session, you're just not joining us tonight, don't forget that you can catch our podcast and recordings on YouTube the following Tuesday of every session. We'll be doing our dice giveaway on our Discord server tomorrow afternoon. We don't want to ping everybody as they're starting to fall asleep this late in the day, but everyone, I have nothing else other than say bye.
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 Und gute Nacht.